All right, we should be live. So we're here with Alan Pollack talking sorcery. We got the Sorcery Spring Social is the name of the event coming up in mid-June, June 14th to 16th. And a lot of people are mistaking it for the Courtesan Cup. That's actually
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
that's actually the name of the capstone tournament. So there's going to be all
Okay.
these learn to play events, guest artists like yourself and several others, side seminars. We'll get into that in a moment, but it's called the Sorcery Spring Social, Baltimore, Maryland, June 14th to 16th. So it'll be a nice couple day event over the weekend. And so you'll be coming, and I guess let's talk a bit about. I guess I should mention Tony Sudlow might join us. If he does, we'll talk about your guys' history, career-wise, friendship-wise. I know you worked together way back years
Yep.
ago, so it's pretty cool.
hmm
But we'll table that for now. Let's talk about the Sorcery Spring Social, and I know you've been talking with Ron, the organizer of the event. What has he told you will be kind of your role in that, and some of the things you're expecting to participate in?
Let's see. There's definitely a Q&A going on one of the days, and then the other day, I'm not sure if it was um, a signing or something. I think I'm doing something with Tony one of the days. I'm pretty sure it might be an interview or a meet and greet or something like that with Tony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have too much to do. I think there's just one thing I do on the first day, and then one thing on the second day. I don't think there's anything more than that that I know of.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
but
mentioned you might do. Are you thinking about doing like a live artist proof painting or some kind of exhibition of
yeah,
some kind? Okay.
yeah. I'm going to be doing painting a sorcery proof, and then I believe putting it up for auction on the last day.
Okay.
Because I paint in oils, it's going to be started already. So,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be, I kind of start off with acrylic first. So that'll already be on it. And then I'll be finishing it with oils. I have to finish it that first day so I can varnish it the next morning and then put it up. The
Okay.
varnish the varnish dries pretty fast. So I'm not too worried about that, but I have to have the painting dry before I can do that. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
But
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I've been talking with him as well as I'm also going to go. I think he's announced 5 artists. There might be maybe one or two more
Oh, yeah.
yet to be announced. Yep.
Okay.
So it'd be a good turnout from sorcery artists and then a couple other like community members that are aspiring artists and altar specialists and stuff like that. So yeah, it'd be a bunch of guests, and I think I'll probably host at least some of the Q&As. We're kind of trying to feel out how it's going to go down. There'll be side rooms and things. So it's a big venue. It's in a hotel, and there's like big convention center type rooms. So
Okay.
hopefully we'll get. We were just talking about the capacity. I think there's room for 300 to 500 ish people. I believe he said, and it could grow based on how many tickets he sells. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a website. Tickets are now up, and the other thing you mentioned, so I showed on the Facebook community group, the sorcery group, you did a artwork back in 2019ish, I want to say, like several years ago of the what was it? Kind of like the face of a beast, or is it a beast or a dragon? The one he's making the t-shirts out of.
Oh, it's a
What?
raven.
Oh, a raven, right, because it's
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, so that was a piece that I did I guess it was, yeah, 2000, was it 2019 you said? Or
I
was it
think so. I think it was on the actual image itself. You know how you sign and date?
right,
I'm trying
right.
to find it.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it was that year that I created that was the first time that I ever did Inktober.
Oh,
So you know
really?
Inktober? Yeah,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
didn't even know what that even existed, cuz I'm terrible at pen and ink.
Okay.
I really am not great at pen and ink. So,
Okay.
I was fairly new to Instagram at that point, and I kept seeing Inktober, Inktober. So I
Right.
finally said I didn't join up for anything, but I just decided for myself I would give it a go and just try to like do an ink every day, even though I didn't feel
Hmm.
comfortable with it. And it was pretty cool because within the first, um, I don't know, few days, 4 days, I started to feel more comfortable with it. And it was the kind of thing where I sat down with a toned paper and started just kind of doodling very lightly with a pencil. And then whatever I came up with, I would, go forward with ink and with some uh, some gray markers, and then you finish it. So it was this light drawing markers and ink, and this white jelly. I guess what is it called? A jelly roll pen, the white. And I would finish it up. And so, yeah, within the first 4 days or so, I started to develop a little bit of a technique on how I wanted to do it. And I don't know, by the end of the month, I was pretty amazed that I did 31 of those things. And I really loved most of them. I would say 90% of them, I was like, I'm not giving these away to anybody. Like, I really was pretty impressed with myself because I consider myself pretty awful at it. I never really focused on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think earlier in my career, I might have done, a handful of ink drawings, but they were so bad, I just decided I wasn't going to do that anymore. Okay. So it was fun. But yeah, that was one of the first ones that I did for myself. And
cool.
And he just happened to need a raven for these tokens. And then he, so I said, well, I mean, the easiest thing would be if I had something, I have a raven in my portfolio I could show you. And he loved it when he saw it. So,
Yeah.
And then he said he wanted to make shirts, and so he kind of did a reverse image thing because it's black ink with, on a toned paper. So he reversed it and made the black white, but it looked pretty cool from what I saw.
Yeah, it's perfectly fitting for the Baltimore Ravens.
Right.
There's some Raven art in Sorcery, and actually, like the way its tongue is coming out, it reminded me of Grapple Shot, the Grapple Shot painting he did. Right. And I don't know if you've heard this, but that card is like very powerful in the game. It's like a common ordinary rarity, but it's like used in a lot of decks because it's extremely useful and powerful in the game. So,
well, I'm sure the owner of that painting is thrilled about that.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
It's crazy because, for me, when I create I always try to do my best with, each job that I get, but that particular one, I love that painting, but, I've had people, Chase was joking around with me when he was here that, how people say it, it looks like the creature from Ghostbusters and all this kind of stuff. And I honestly, like I told him, I honestly was not looking at anything from Ghostbusters when I came up with it. I just knew that I had to do I wanted to do something. The art direction's pretty basic for all the cards, so it's pretty much up to the artist to come up with something fun. Mm-hmm. And that particular one was, I just wanted to. I wasn't really concerned with the grapple hook itself. I was just kind of like, I want to have something cool that it's grabbing onto. So I wanted to focus on just doing a big creature, and then, the guy that was all secondary to me. So I just drew this creature, and I really didn't look at anything except for I like drawing teeth when I do my own portfolio pieces. I like drawing big crazy teeth, and that's what I started with. And then it just turned into this creature, and I liked it, and then I finished it, and then I didn't even think anything about Ghostbusters until someone commented once I posted it, and they were like, it looks like the creature from Ghostbusters. Yeah, you're right, it kind of does, but whatever.
Yeah, it's funny how people make those associations after the fact.
It's just amazing that, I like the painting. It's not that I don't like the painting, but it's not one of my favorites in the set. So, you never know how it's going to do in the game. It's one thing for them to say, oh, these are like rare cards, they're going to be really important in the game or whatever it is. But like when you have an ordinary card, and now all of a sudden it's like this really powerful card in the game, like there's no way of predicting that really. So, so when it comes to me to sell the paintings, like, how am I supposed to know? Like, unless you hold on to them, I guess that's the only way, right? But
yeah, some artists do that. They'll wait till the set releases and then kind of get a sense for the magnitude of the card before, because that does add a premium. But
right.
Yeah, but that's beautifully done. All your work is like top notch. I've heard a lot of the artists say they're kind of inspired by the work you've done and the detail and the quality, and they've really felt like they need to up their game for the future sets. So
it's nice to hear.
Yeah, so I think everyone's really excited about Arthurian Legends, and I understand you've done a number of several for that set as well.
Yeah,
does Eric tell you straight up like which will be in which set, or is it kind of a guessing game? Because like I know some that were commissioned for Alpha actually did not end up getting used for Alpha.
Yeah, right. Well, I didn't know that was going to happen. When I sold the art, I kind of sold the art the minute he said it was okay to, and so I sold them out pretty fast. And later, once around the time when the proofs were going to be sent to us, that's when I found out that a couple of those, I wasn't going to be getting the proofs of those because they weren't in the first set. They were going to be put in probably the second set. So I didn't know that, but I have like, I don't know, I guess 18 pieces, new pieces that I did for Arthurian Legends. So
wow, awesome.
Yeah. So, and I'm working on
exciting.
the next set. So.
Yeah, and you hit a lot in Alpha. It's interesting because I think he started commissioning for Sorcery around 2018 or 2019. So the fact you found time to do 13 ink sketches for 31 days within that same window is pretty incredible.
Well, I don't know that I was working for them when it first started. I kind of came into it a little in the middle of probably him assigning that set. I feel like I don't know 100%, but I know basically. I got an email from Jeff Easley, and he was, told me that he found out from Tony that, about this game. And he said, if you're interested, he's looking for traditional artists that, did D&D work early on. So, I mean, I wasn't one of the earlier guys, but I certainly was there working on it. So I contacted him, and he was like, yeah, it'd be great. And then, he just started sending me stuff, and I was, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I'm the fastest painter. I think Jeff is way faster than anybody I've ever seen in my life. I sat next to him at TSR, and I couldn't believe he would sit there for a while and it just seemed like he was screwing off. He was just sitting there doing, looking at stuff and reading, and and then nothing's going on his board, and then the next day it's like almost finished. So it's like, I don't know how he does that. It's kind of magical, but
yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I've heard some stories from Tony too. He messaged me on Facebook here while we've been talking, saying he's having trouble getting into the stream, but he's going to keep trying. But he's told me, so I was going to get to that if he was able to come on, but I guess we might as well go for it. He said that I think the way I remember it, he and Jeff were at TSR working together, and back in the day, it's not like it is today where everybody works from home and you don't really go into a studio setting. But back then, you did, right? So you were all literally in the same studio, the same room, working together. And I think Tony and Jeff were there first, and then you came in after them. Is that how it worked?
I think when I got there was Tony and Jeff were in the room, but I think there was also Rob Ruppel was in there.
Okay.
And not sure if Dana Knutson was in there yet. He was working with the company, but I don't know if he was in there already. He might have moved in a little bit after I was there.
Mm-hmm.
But and Fred Fields had his own room, and Paul Jacquays had his own room as well. So they were all there. Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, because a lot of them, have gone on to have great careers. Was that like pretty early in your career at that time? Were you just getting started in art, or were you already pretty established?
No, I was pretty much just getting started. I had been doing some interior work and some magazine covers, and I think I did a couple of module interiors for TSR before they hired me. So maybe a handful of paintings I did for them at that point. I think there were a couple pen and inks that I told you I was terrible at. There's a couple of those in the early, in some of those Dragon magazines. But I had an agent before that got me maybe 2 jobs before TSR started sending me freelance work. And then I would say about a year into freelancing for them, the art director told me that they were looking for a staff artist. And if I asked if I would be interested, and I was like, sure. So,
yeah,
that was
awesome. Yeah.
Pretty exciting at the time. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, and it's so like at that time. I mean, how is it when you're working side by side with other artists? Do you guys kind of draw inspiration from each other, or like pick up on each other's techniques and try to incorporate those? Or I'm curious what that dynamic's like.
Yes, and yeah, I mean, you do for sure. But I mean, they basically give you a schedule of a list of paintings you're supposed to do, for the year. So for me, for Jeff could paint really fast. So Jeff probably got double what everyone else got. Fred was probably one of the slower ones, so he probably got, maybe the least amount. I'm not really sure how many he would get, but I would get somewhere, at least a painting a month. So, 12 paintings through the year. I probably got a little bit more than that. And I don't know about Tony, because he does, so many characters in his paintings, and he paints quite large.
Right.
So I'm not sure how much he had on his schedule, but when you have a deadline where you have to get a certain amount of work done every month, it's not by every week, but every month, you can walk around. We certainly took time to walk around and look at what everyone else was doing, but it wasn't like you could sit there for hours and watch somebody. But I certainly watched enough where I learned probably the most from Rob Ruppel and Jeff. Completely different style of painting for between the two of them, and compared to what I was doing at the time. But Jeff was had a lot of glazing techniques and this pulling out technique where he puts terp on the brush and kind of brushes through the wet paint and lifts the paint out, whereas Rob was very painterly, where he would mix like every color he was going to use on like this long palette, and he would have every gradation all the way through every color. It was like crazy. And then he would go over there and paint, and he probably was the one guy that I was most interested in seeing paint, because to me he was the painter of the group. He just was. Okay. No one else painted like that. I don't even. Yeah, it was just really interesting to watch, and it was very methodical and very. He would sit there and put down like a couple strokes and then sit back and look at it for like 10 minutes and then a couple more strokes and then look at it. And you're like, he was a very interesting guy to watch, and he knew what he was doing. That's for sure. Yeah. So, I was new. I didn't know anything really. I learned from, Boris Vallejo's Fantasy Techniques book. That's pretty much where I learned from. I wasn't taught anything, so I kind of learned from reading books, and probably the Hildebrands had I think it was Tim Hildebrand has a techniques book from way back, and so those were the two that I read. And Tim uses acrylics, Boris used oils, so I kind of followed both of them, just kind of figure it out. But yeah. So I painted different from anybody else. Probably Fred was similar, and because Fred was inspired by Boris as well, but Fred had he paints really precise detail like nobody else I've ever seen. So so his was completely different as well. So it was cool. You have all these different artists there. They all have different ways of painting, and you pick up little things here and there, from watching everybody.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, so Eric's discovered a lot of new artists in sorcery, and also legacy TSR artists, as you said, and you guys kind of referred each other, which is great that he picked up. Yeah, I don't know, at least a handful, probably 5 to 8 or so from that era, as well as new artists. And now he's had like a couple promo cards of Boris artwork, actually.
Yeah, so I hear.
Yeah, and he had one surprise Brahm card
cool.
As a curio in the alpha set. It's very, very rare card, so it's super popular and valuable. But it's a nice mix of like a range of younger talent, up and coming, and established artists, and it makes for a lot of different styles, and a lot of fun seeing what's coming out new. Have you ever done anything in the Arthurian theme like over the course of your career, or is that a new avenue for you?
New to me. Yeah, in fact, I think the hardest thing about it was the art suggestion is very minimal, and then you have to do a lot of referencing, going online and trying to figure out like, who is this character, what is this, what happened, what was the story behind it. And there's really not a whole lot. You would think there'd be more than there really is. I would spend hours looking for reference and looking for backstory and everything, and it's very limited, especially some of the characters and creatures. Very small amount of reference for most of it. So
right. I looked into it too when I heard about this set, and of course there's like all these different tales of the knights, the main characters, and the royal family and all this stuff. But like when you get into the creatures, as you say, because I found like a website that had all these creatures, and like Eric's an old school magic player, so there's like a questing beast, which was a magic card, and you could infer like he's probably going to reinvoke like some of these. I try searching for that, and there's really not a lot to find. Like, what the hell is that? Like, what does it look like? Like, what is it supposed to do? How is that even Arthurian? I don't know. It just seems super weird to me, like, because it's supernatural. But yeah, that's so. I'm sure we're going to be surprised. And the other thing is, like, it was rumored to be a small set, but you said you did about 18. Like, every artist I've talked to is like, oh yeah, I did 10, 20. You
Yeah.
know, so it seems like it has the potential to be big again. So, and it's
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard, it's supposed to come out early fourth quarter is what they're saying. So late this year. So hopefully, I guess, not in time for this summer. I don't know if there'll be any reveals at the summer event, but by the holidays or the end of the year, there'll be some opportunity. Maybe by the time you go to the IX art show, hopefully it'll be out there and you can
Yeah, I
display
won't
all
be
your
going.
pieces. Oh, you're not going this year?
No, I haven't really said anything about it, but no, because I figured. I mean, the main reason is like, I don't know, a couple of years was the first time I had been back there in many, many years, about 10 years. And I had built up a portfolio of my own work, personal work, for like the past 3 years prior. So I had a lot of new art to show that people had never seen before. And they were kind of, I don't want to say blown away, but it was unexpected because they'd never seen me paint the style that I painted, which was kind of surrealistic in nature and rooted in fantasy and science fiction, but it was more like pop surrealism kind of stuff. And so they were like, wow, where did this come from? But then last year when I went, it just was, I because I was doing so much sorcery work, I didn't really have time to do a lot of my own work. So I only had like a few new pieces.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do that again because I knew Eric was going to be assigning work for this next set and I wanted to be available. And so I just figured I wasn't going to have a whole lot of time in a year to bring new work. So I figured I'll go next year.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
So I won't be there.
That's too bad. We'll miss
but
you.
I'll get to see Drew. Drew is like, the one guy, the one shining light at AlexCon. I like to see him every year. So I'll get to see him in Maryland.
Yeah, so I'm happy I'm at least coming in June. We'll see all you guys there. And we got Tony backstage, so I'm going to pop him in now. Hey, Tony, how you doing?
There he is.
Man, damn.
I'm glad it worked out eventually.
How's it going now?
It's going well. How's it going?
It's going okay. Surgery, after the surgery, I'm doing a little bit better now. So I'm slowly getting into it.
Yeah.
Got a lot of work to do, so I got to keep rolling. So, but yeah, it's I don't know if you can see that.
Yikes! What happened?
My right hand. They did both of them. Carpal tunnel syndrome. It was really bad.
Oh.
Fingers are still numb. Everything's just all fucked up, man. It's just.
How did you get that?
Oh, just through the years, Al. You're lucky you haven't gotten it.
Yeah.
Your hands all the time. It takes its toll, and it did. I should probably had to take this taken care of probably by 5 years ago.
Okay.
Up and putting it off, and the more I put it off, the more compressed those nerves were and stuff. So he said it was the third worst surgery he did. He did 3,000 of them.
Wow.
So it's healing. That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hope for the best.
So did he tell you have to cut back on what you're doing or change the way you're doing things, or?
Well, no, he just said to get back in the same groove you were in, but just take it easy. Don't lift a lot of stuff or and that kind of crap.
Right.
And so the surgery, I was 5 hours later, I was trying to sign my name, and I had to try to keep the flow of my name when the signature goes. You know what I mean? And
right.
Fingers are numb.
Right.
Jagged and shit. So I'm working on it, man. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you in June, Tony. So it's coming up fast. Almost exactly 2 months, actually. Today's the 14th of April. So
be a blast.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So you're working back at it slowly. We were talking with Alan before you came on. I was going to mention this with both of you guys on about the early days when you first met at TSR. So I think you'd mentioned, Tony, you guys hadn't, I know you keep loosely in touch on Facebook and whatnot, but you haven't seen each other in person in 20 years. Is that right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Wow.
2002.
Okay.
So last time Gen Con was in Milwaukee, right, Al?
Yeah, I haven't been to any Gen Con since Milwaukee, so.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be great. I think there's going to be. I mentioned there was like 5 artists announced. I think Ron's he's always working deals and trying to get more and more people to come and more events organized. So we'll do a Q&A at the event. We'll have more time to talk and welcome questions from people in attendance there. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of side events and things. And so, what are you guys going to bring? Are you going to have like prints and artist proofs and things?
That sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, unless they release, permission for us to have a painting from the new set, I don't really have anything original art wise, that I can bring. So, other than painted proofs, that's probably the most, that and prints, really. So,
cool. Yeah, you guys both have a lot of cards in the Alpha set. They're all pretty popular in their own right, either artistically or just through the power level of the card and things. Alpha's got a mystique to it already. Like Sorcery's doing very well, and a lot of the cards feel iconic. Like Tony, you're King of the Realm, and we were talking. Alan has one of the most powerful cards in Grapple Shot, and a few others. The Werewolf's a real popular artwork. I know that was one of your later ones to sell.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. I probably didn't really want to sell that one, but
yeah. I know. I regret not grabbing it myself.
Children go, Al.
What'd you say?
Let your children go.
It's really hard for me, Tony. I know a lot of guys, the minute they paint it, they're ready to sell it, but it's really tough.
Yeah, it is tough, man. They're our creations, and you get close to them while you're painting them and stuff, and next thing you know, they're hanging on someone's wall. Hopefully,
that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, and there are people I've connected with people all over the world. Some people have bought internationally. There's a pretty passionate European and Asian following for the game. It was smaller in terms of product that was distributed, but they're doing events over there too coming up later this year. There's been events all around the country, so you guys will have a lot of opportunity to travel and go to events in the coming years. I'm sure it's really just starting to pick up, and this one in June will be a pretty big deal. Hopefully they'll have some success selling the tickets. It could be a really good turnout.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yep.
It sounds like, Ron's on top of everything, what he's doing with me, and and it should be a good time, man.
Yep. Are you guys coming in on Friday or just Saturday?
I don't know. I think it's Friday.
I think I'm coming in the day before, so I told him I wanted to go to that party.
Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out myself. I'll definitely be there Saturday and Sunday, but it sounds like they'll have a pretty good turnout at the I think it's at an LGS or something, a local game store up there in Northern Maryland, where they're going to have a Friday night event. Sounds pretty cool. More casual, just to hang out, talk, have fun.
Yeah.
Have a few drinks.
Yeah.
Tell stories.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I was amazed. It's a busy schedule, Saturday and Sunday. I think you said they're going all day, into the evening, Sunday night. The tournament will. I'm sure people will start. People that aren't competing might start drifting Sunday afternoon, but. Yeah, we'll have a lot of fun. There'll be a lot to do. So you guys, you can't talk much about Arthurian Legends, so I can't really pry into that too much. But
well, I can't hear what Tony's saying. What did you say, Tom?
I'll be right back.
Okay. Nice shirt. Yeah, so you're excited about your work for Arthurian? Everyone I talked to said they're really excited about the stuff they did for that set.
Yeah, I mean, just like with the first set, I have my favorites, of course, but
yeah,
but yeah, I it was different in some regards. I mean, it was I did things certainly that I did not do, and I think the first set was just a little more random because it wasn't necessarily like a theme like Arthurian Legends. It basically was just. I don't want to say all over the place, but it was pretty spread out, as far as the subject matter. So I had, a lot of, I don't know, different weird characters and things, creatures and such. Some people, magical spells. You know, it was a variety of a bunch of things. With Arthurian Legends, there were a lot more knightly things, we could say, and some animals involved, and just things that I did not paint. I even did, let me think, 2 landscape paintings, which I didn't have in the first set. So
cool.
yeah, so there were some different things in Arthurian Legends for sure that I hadn't painted in the first set. So
yeah, speaking of that, like process wise, I was wondering, does Eric ever like approach you and allow you to choose from a few different card ideas, or does he pretty much decide and target and say, hey, I'd like you to do like this specifically?
I mean, for me, he has sent me like a group of 3 or 4, and then he told me, you don't have to take them all if you don't want to. If there's only a couple you want, you just let me know. So it depends,
Okay.
I know there were a couple of times where I said, I'll take these 3 out of the 5 or whatever. And, as an artist, I'm always thinking like, God, if I don't take them all, he might not send me any more. And then like, what if, I don't want to take them off.
Sure.
What if these are the last 5 of the set and they don't get any more, like I think that way, but that wasn't the case, but I certainly was thinking that at the time. So,
yeah, I can appreciate that. I've heard from a lot of the artists that he does it in waves. Like he'll ask for 3 to 5, and then he'll come back and be like, "Hey, I need a few more. I need a few more."
Right.
There's cycles like that, and I'm sure like some artists working faster than others plays into that a bit. But the fact that it's 1 set per year, it also affords you a lot of time to get the work done. I imagine. Are there strict deadlines, or is it more like, here you go, try to get it done in a reasonable amount of time, kind of thing, a little loose?
Go ahead, Tanya, answer.
No deadline.
Yeah.
Give you one.
Cool.
And like you said, he'll give you a few cards. You get those rolling, and then he'll give you a couple more. And it builds up that way.
Mm-hmm.
Until the end of the set. Near the end, he's probably like, I need them by this time, maybe. But
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I want to ask you guys, you both have done work, I think, beyond TCGs too. Like I know you've done a lot of book covers, Alan, and I'm not sure, Tony, if you have as well in those types of genres. But do you find that like in TCGs, since they have to have like a specific theme or style or like one like central focal point to fit the purpose of the card, do you find that to be more restricting than other commissions and projects, or is it kind of comparable?
No, it's kind of like the same, for like a book cover or a module, whatever you want to call them. Some of those are art directed to death, and everybody got to get their thumbprint on it. But as far as the TCG goes, they're pretty lenient as far as like what how you want to portray the card that they give you the first idea for. Like Eric is great.
Yeah, I think it's. Sorcery is definitely more. I don't want to talk down about any other card games, but there's definitely more freedom with this one than I've experienced in other ones. Some of the other ones have a very set, not just a theme, but a very set view of like the world that it's going to be in, and you have to. For me, that was hard because there's a point where it's like, wow, I wish I had less art direction because then I could do whatever. But then there's a part of me that feels like if it's not art directed enough, that I don't really know where I'm supposed to go with it, kind of thing. And if it's over themed, if there's over like this is what the world looks like, it's kind of hard for me when I have when I'm looking at any kind of a style guide and I'm getting like these really cool concepts from artists, and now I'm supposed to do that same character but not copy what they're doing and do my own spin on it, because you're like, this is how the character's supposed to look, but now I got to do a different spin on it my own way. It's for me that can be challenging at times, but I don't know, so far it seems like there's a good balance with Sorcery, that he kind of just gives you a very like a one-line description of what he wants, and then you have the freedom to do however you want to interpret it. Although I would say with Arthurian Legends, there were definitely some characters that were important that I felt like I had to definitely look up reference and figure out, like, try to nail what that person or that character or creature or whatever was supposed to be,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I appreciate that point about the open, like high level guidance he gives, because I think that's really important because each artist has their own unique style. And Eric's mentioned in the past that he selects. He doesn't necessarily want like two artists that have very similar styles. He tried to get like a lot of stylistic diversity, and by giving you just like a high level description, that fully comes out and could be fully realized because you guys have the freedom to do it in your own vision, and that's why the alpha set is so great. So to your point, like we'll see how Arthurian goes. I think the styles will still come through, but since it's thematic, I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see if like they're more tighter and similar in a way, or if it is still kind of like wide open. But on that note, this is a question that often comes up from one of the viewers. People want to, we're waiting like year to year. We got 6 months to wait for Arthurian Legends, and people want to look to the future and say what comes next. So they're asking what themes would you guys like to see in the future? Do you have any particular thematic lanes that you'd like to explore?
I think something in what this next set, whatever the working title is, I don't want to say, but along those lines, with more angelic stuff to deal with, the levels of heaven. The same thing with the levels of hell going down. Like Dante's Inferno, so to speak. Something like that. I like painting crap like that.
I mean, I'm definitely a horror fan, so like for me, since I was a kid, so I like painting that kind of stuff. I will say though that the next set is pretty cool, the third set, which we can't talk about, of course, but so far so good on that one. So
yeah. Yeah, it seems like you could almost glean from the alpha set too, like different thematic directions it could go, because it was somewhat predictable there could be an Arthurian, because there's there's the King of the Realm, there's other, like there's a Prince card, there's Queen cards in the alpha set, and then there's, if you go down to like a Inferno or Heaven Hell type angelic thing, there's Devil's Eggs, Angel's Egg, so that's another one that could come out. And then I don't know,
I like devil eggs.
there's that maybe there'll be a food theme. There's a running joke about that a few months back. But yeah, there's all types of like different directions, and like typically, I mean, that would make sense. You have this foundational set that then that you build cards that kind of synergize with those over time. So that's pretty cool. Let me see if there's any other questions.
Maybe like maybe some sort of a Greek mythology kind of thing would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Mythology, would be great. All of them.
Yep.
Can't do them all, but
right.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cool creatures in that,
Yeah. For the alpha deck, two of my cards got moved to other sets. I did the Holy Grail that got moved to Arthurian, and I did Armageddon, which got moved to A and D. So that's how I'll push the cards around. I think that hurt a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, there were a lot that were commissioned back in like 2018 to 2020 time frame that actually did not make it into the alpha set. And there's like demons and things that seem logical for like a darker future set, but all kinds of stuff. And also some cards with the same title. And I think like actually that happened with the Sorcerer with yours, Alan, right? There was one that Francesca Barral did, and then you had one that ended up being I think it was like the Box Topper promo or something. It was some kind of promo card.
I don't know. I mean, I never I don't know how that all works, because like I did an avatar, but I don't know. I didn't get any proof of that. I don't know if they sent proofs out for the avatars or not, but certainly did not see any of that.
What happened was he only did proofs for cards that were in the booster box and the packs themselves. He didn't do proofs of any of the promo cards and things. So I think he was, I don't know what the agreement was, but I think he was thinking about how to deal with that, because I wanted proofs of everything too, so I was like, hey man, come on, like why don't you have like the Sorcerer, or like all the elemental avatars were another one that were kind of exclusive to the pre-con decks. So I don't know how he's going to handle that in the future.
What do you know if Ball Lightning, did that come out in the set?
No, I don't think so. I think you had Chain Lightning, right? And then there was the Ball Lightning.
That's one of my favorite ones. I really like that one.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he could. So like I was saying, there's like a lot of cards with the same title. That title's different, but I could almost see that being used as an alternate art, because there's some speculation that they'll have like a revised set like Magic did, where they'll maybe, I mean, to make it more marketable, to probably introduce new art and maybe add or remove like certain cards.
So that was one, and then the Avatar, of course, and then there's another one that didn't get released in the alpha set. So we'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. Let me see. Did anybody else have any questions, viewers? Or if you guys, we can wrap it up fairly soon. We've been going for about 40 minutes. I'll scan for questions. Is there anything you guys wanted to add that we didn't get to?
No.
We'll do. I look forward to hanging out in June. We'll definitely. You guys are gonna get. You'll be like the celebrities of the event, so you'll be hopefully well rested and ready to field questions and talking to fans all day.
Good time.
Yeah, it'll be awesome to hang out in person. Let me see. Oh, so here, last question. Will you learn? Do you want to learn to play the game? There's gonna be learn to play events in June. Are you guys gonna try it out?
I will be there.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know how busy it's going to be, but if I have the time, I'd be interested in at least watching it and seeing how it goes. But yeah, I'm interested to see what it's all about. I'm not really sure how it's played, so it's certainly different than Magic or some of the other games. So I'd like to see how it works.
Yeah, even if you don't play yourself, I think watching others play will be like eye-opening because it's like there's a lot of flavor in the game, and to see your own card and your own illustration and like how like there's just so much purpose in every card with the title, the illustration, the type line text, the game mechanic, how it works. And getting like a true sense for that and seeing that in action with someone playing is like really cool. It really like makes you appreciate all the art and the different aspects of it even more. And so you guys being the artist, if you have some sense of like how the game's played, I think when you're commissioned for stuff in the future, it might influence your vision for like how you want to approach the concept. You know, it'd be cool.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yep.
We've been doing this stuff for like 25 years. These covers and artwork and stuff. I've never once played any game, and I think I'm going to start with this one. It looks like. I'll
awesome.
Be up there.
All right. So June 14th, 15th, and 16th. Can't wait to see you guys in person.
All right. Sounds like.
Good seeing you, bud. Take care.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Take care.
All right, man.
See ya.
Yep.
All right, guys. So we're gonna do a next. We're gonna do a sample pack opening. So I'm gonna grab one of those. All right, and I gotta get my overhead cam set up. So if you guys still want to hang out, that was next on the agenda. Let me get the overhead cam configured. All right. Extra camera. All right, there we go. So we got a sample pack. I got to get the wheel. So let me see. Who joined chat? Hey, Matthias. How you doing? Onyx Collectibles. I need to prep the wheel for the randomization and get a few things ready. Some sleeves. Get my cutting tool. All right. Got to get the wheel of names going. Entire screen. All right, I had Tony and Alan's cards up on the other screen as we were talking. I'm glad Tony was able to join. Carson 9121. When does the next set or subset come out? So Arthurian Legend's supposed to come out in early fourth quarter. Yeah, Josh is saying October-ish. So no earlier than October. There is like a huge Spiel Essen tournament event in Germany. It's like October 3rd to 6th, I think. I was looking at the dates because I'm really trying to go to that one. But I'm a little worried that the set will not be out yet, and I'm guessing it probably won't be. Given how things have gone, it's hard to peg like a specific date, and there's always risk. If they're shooting for October, that leaves no margin of error for that event. Although I'm not sure it's necessary. Like if a lot of the, since it's such a big event anyway, if a lot of the artists are willing to go, that's like the main draw for me. I'd like to get out there and then also connect with a lot of the people I've met in Germany and France and Italy. A lot of sorcery fans out that way that I'd like to connect with regardless. And of course a lot of European artists in sorcery. So I'm trying to make that one happen. And then there's another event like in the latter part of October in Italy that some of the guys in the Italian groups were telling me is like a really big deal. Comparable size to Spiel Essen. I always forget the name of it. Is anyone from Italy in the chat today? If you guys, if anyone from the Italian group is watching, if you could tell us what the name of that event is. Otherwise, I'll have to go look it up later and let you know. But that's a big one. And then Simon did an interview I think it was in his interview at the March of the Mortals tournament. And he said that there was going to be some kind of, so everything that's been hosted so far has been community organized. I think he said that he and a few other people, like Eric and maybe a few other employees, are going to go to Spiel Essen. So I'm not sure what the specific nature of their presence will be there. I assume they'll have a booth of some kind. And I don't know. I'm sure they have reserved product. Maybe even if the set's out, I wonder if they will have advanced products sent to them to show at that event. The only problem with that is I know they like to time the release internationally to hit all markets at the same time. Otherwise, there's bad feels with spoilers coming out of certain regions before other regions can get the cards. So that could be a little problematic. But I think that'll be like their first major event appearance, aside from what they did at Gen Con last year, which was like a side table tournament type thing. And of course, like Simon's been going to a bunch of the community run events, and he and Chase will be at the one in June in Baltimore. But there's going to be, he started like hinting at another thing that will be happening. I think he didn't get into any details, but it sounded to me like the company themselves is going to host some kind of event in the fourth quarter. So I don't know where that'll be. Hopefully it's in the U.S. somewhere, and somewhere we can go. Simon also hinted at a surprise event in December. Yeah, that's Josh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Did he say December? I think he did say December, which is interesting because then it runs right into the holidays. But they're probably planning for that to allow themselves some margin, I imagine, to make sure that they can have the set out for that event. I'm sure it's tied to the release of Arthurian Legends, and they probably have some cool ideas of how to do it for Arthurian, or with Arthurian incorporated in some way. All right, so let me get the names up on the wheel, and then we're going to get into a sample pack. Savage Knuckler. So we did a buy-in for like a sample pack break. We got about 25 people watching, probably more on Facebook. If you guys are new to the sample packs, what these are is they are pre-production packs that were made to test the print. Fundamentally what it is to test the print quality and the different options you have for printing with your printer. So it could be anything from like different corner roundness. I know Eric played around with the different rounded corners. Of course this game has rounded corners and not square corners, except for the artist proofs. The artist proofs were printed with square corners. Always in printing, there's some variability with color saturation and things like that. So there might have been some fine tuning there. And you can definitely tell that between the sample cards, the alpha cards, and the beta cards. And some people say some of that might be due to print style or printing paper. And I'm sure that's true. But those are all reasons why you do pre-production sample packs. But the sample packs, there were some given to early content creators and influencers early on before the Kickstarter campaign actually launched. And then in the Kickstarter campaign, there were the higher end pledge tiers also included these sample packs. So there were 4 at the very highest pledge tier called the Avatar of the Realm pledge tier. And there were 4 people that could pledge at that level, and they all received, how many? 12 of these sample packs. And then at the collector tier, there were 24 collector tier backers, and they each got 4 packs. So in aggregate, let me go to the website so I don't have to do math on the fly. I want to say it was 244 packs. Oh, I have an article on the website here under interviews and articles with all the details and the history behind the sample packs. I have a lot of interviews with the artists as well. Sample cards. Here we go. The Rare Sorcery Collectible. So I have and then I have the Relentless Crowd. It's a little off-brand. I actually have a Relentless Crowd up for auction right now. There were 100 of those printed, but of the sample packs, there were 244 packs across the pledge tiers. Here you go. 4 from the Avatar of the Realm tier, or 4 Avatar of the Realm backers, 12 packs each, 24 collector tiers, and they received 4 packs each. And then there were 100, the 100 Sorcery Early Bird tier. So the Early Bird tier, as I recall, included a booster box and 1 of these sample packs. So there's another 100 sample packs that were given out there. So in total, it's 244 sample packs. So they're very rare. The other interesting thing is these were printed in like 2022, fall 2022 timeframe. I probably talked about it in the article here. It's been so long. But it was in the early days of production. So he didn't have all of the art commissioned yet. And he didn't have all 403 cards to print. So there are not sample cards of all 403 cards. That's one aspect. The other aspect is Eric then later made decisions of which cards to include in Alpha and which not to. So some of the cards that were in Alpha or were intended to be in Alpha ended up not being. So he printed those as sample cards, and you don't find those in the Alpha set. So those are really popular and interesting. Here's a listing of some of the early influencers received full pre-con decks of sample cards, which are incredibly valuable now, and then some speculative data on like how many of each card was printed based on some assumptions. So we don't know exactly the size, like how many different artworks and different cards are in sample packs. We're kind of discovering that as we go. This is the 21st pack that I've opened. So we've gotten a lot of good data from that. There was a box given to Team Covenant, one of the main partners of Sorcery. So we saw like a lot of let me see. At that time, I think there were 36 packs before he went to the 39. So we saw 36 packs, 15 cards in each pack. We got a lot of information there. And then Simon did a video with Red Zone Rogue YouTube channel, and they opened a set of the 4 pre-con decks. And here I have listed all of the cards that were in those pre-con decks. And there's some really big heavy hitters. Eric's Curiosa is huge in the fire deck. Since that's a unique, there was only 1 in there. They were pretty loaded, these pre-con decks. So there's a bunch of uniques. You only get 1 unique per deck. 2 elites, 3 exceptional, and 4. You can run 4 of the ordinaries, but here's an interesting thing, right? Like the basic sites, there were only 9 rivers. So technically you could run 12 rivers in the deck, but there was 9 for balance in the water deck for these precons. The precons were not publicly sold at all. So they're extremely rare. They're only given to like a handful of people in the very early days of Sorcery. All right, so we got the wheel set up. Gonna shuffle that. We should have 15 names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got the 15 there. I'm gonna sleeve them up as we typically do. And let me see here. So we got a mix of the sample packs. All right, so the US packs, they have the barcode on the back as shown. And let me go back to the main screen. I'm going to All right, let's see. Let's remove the wheel. I probably didn't have to remove it. Let's do this instead. All right. So we kind of recapped what the sample packs are. And the ones that have nothing printed on the front and nothing printed on the back, those are from the U.S. distributed packs. And that could be backers at the Avatar of the Realm Pledge, the Collector Tier Pledge, or the Early Bird Pledge. But they have to be packs from the U.S. That's what that signifies. You have the sticker on the front, no barcode on the back. The ones that have a barcode... Oh, no, excuse me. Well, let me correct that. The ones that have the barcode on the back, those are the U.S. packs, right? So they have a sticker on the front, barcode on the back. If they have no barcode on the back, they were from another country, right? So no barcode, different country. So I have several from the U.S., as you can see here. One from a different country. And then I have these three. I think that last one was from a guy I bought from in New Zealand. The last one that I showed there. Here we have three with no barcode on the back. So these are from Europe. And these are German packs. So we're going to do a German pack today. Not that it matters per se. I mean... We don't know, there shouldn't be different cards for different regions. It's just like an interesting thing. Like if you guys purchase a sample pack, and good luck finding them, they're freaking expensive and hard to find. But if you're fortunate enough to buy one, you might notice that some have a barcode on the front. I noticed that some in the UK that I purchased had a barcode also on the front. Some have a barcode on the back, some have nothing on the back. So there you go. A little orientation to why that is. Or at least, like, geographically, what has what, right? Why that is, who knows? I don't know why they put a sticker on some and some not on the others. Yeah, I wish I had them all, Onyx. I'm trying to have them all. I'm trying to... If anyone has any and wants to sell some, I'm always buying. The breaks are a lot of fun to do. And, yeah, I only have so many left, right? So there's a lot of excess room in here. I talk about every time. I'm trying to get these cleanly cut because I have like a stack of these packs. As I mentioned, this is the 21st pack. This is technically like the 23rd or 24th pack that I've opened up on the channel, but it's the 21st break that I did where I allowed others to buy into it and participate in owning some of these cards. So I like the way TG said it on Sophie's channel. It's kind of like a democratization, nice word, of sample packs, right? So you guys can, since they cost thousands of dollars to acquire, right? But you can buy into a break. I've been selling them for $375 per card, or if you buy two, it's $350 for 2+. And I don't know. I've changed the pricing. Sometimes I've charged $400 or more. I brought it down a little bit. I've done some specials that are lower. If I'm able to acquire them cheaper, then I try to offer them cheaper. To allow more people to acquire them, but they're super expensive and valuable, so the price will probably only go up in time. Trying to keep it this price for now. I did open a channel on the Collector Arthouse Discord, so if you guys go into the description of this break, and you'll find a link for Collector Arthouse Linktree. And on that link, you'll find a link for the Collector Arthouse Discord, and you'll see that I posted a channel to buy into sample pack break number 22. And, you'll find all the other links for all of the communities and platforms that I manage. I have an Instagram, I have a YouTube, obviously. I'm on that now. I have several Facebook groups, including Sorcery's largest Facebook group, the community group. And, all these different things and initiatives I do. And I also do artist collaborations, agent representation type things, and community consignment. And I run auctions. I broker middleman deals. If you guys want to do a secure, I've done like several 5-figure transactions because it's kind of scary to go out there and like find a guy on Discord or Facebook. Even if you're using GNS, people like the comfort of working through a trusted middleman. So basically, the two parties ship me their items, and then for a fee, I handle all the payment logistics and shipping the cards between the two parties. All right, guys. I'm trying to be careful because I want to display these packs. There was a guy, shoot, I can't remember who it was to give him credit, but there was a guy in the Facebook groups that posted a bunch of alpha or beta, I don't know, packs in a frame. And kind of displayed those framed up. And I have a frame back there, like in the corner. I'm going to do something similar, except I'm going to have probably, I'm playing with like how to do it, but I might have a mix of alpha packs, pack wrappers, and sample packs. So I'm trying to preserve the face of it so it'll display nicely. And that's why I am very delicately trying to get into this pack. Alright, guys. And also do so enough to cleanly release these cards without catching the corners. And there's a lot of give in these packs. So here we go. There we go. Got a nice, just got to get a little more out in width and depth. It's surgical. It's definitely surgical. So that bottom one has got to get over the hump, and it's like delivering a baby. It's a baby! Ew. We just birthed 15 sample cards. How about them apples? Look at that. Look at that. It looks like it wasn't even touched. You slide that in the frame. I should have done them all like this. Beautiful. All right. 30 people. Hey, guys. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Throw me a bone, for God's sake. You know? Sergi and Larry want nobody watching live videos. They put it on the other tab. No one can find it. No one knows what's going on. Please like and subscribe. Share the video. Help me out. Let me see here. I wanted to show this. So we got this live for auction right now. The myth, the legend. You never see this card come to market ever. Are there any, like, there was a guy in my Facebook community group about a year ago, because I did a search in the group. It's one of the great aspects of the group. You could search for anything, and you go find the history of like sales that have happened, or like cards and stuff that people have talked about. The guy said he sold it for like $1,200 like a year ago, before the market really exploded. So this card is like super rare. Only 100 copies of these printed. They're given out to people that contributed to the game in some way in the early days. So it's very highly coveted, especially by early adopters. They understand like the kind of like myth of this card. And it's Ian Miller. You know, he's a super popular, famous artist that's been around for decades doing incredibly intricate work like this. So it's a beautiful card. I put this piece of tape on the outer layer because I made this goofy video where I commingled it with my 2 copies. And I was doing this little like relentless crowd walk across the screen. It was a total boomer video. But anyway, this ends at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. It's live for auction right now in the Sorcery Contested Realm community Facebook group and the Collector Arthouse Discord. Also, congrats to the seller of the Immortal Throne. You know, before I pack that up for shipment, let's go ahead and take a look at that one more time. Where's she at? I bagged it up. All right. Record sale Immortal Throne. Here's the original painting. Sold for $11,000. Friday night it ended? Was it Friday night? $11,000. Unique rarity. Elvira Shakarova, one of the emerging stars of sorcery. Incredible artist. Her portfolio work is absurd. Like, if you guys look at her altars, it's like, it's literally mind-blowing. I can't even comprehend how someone could do something like this. But the detail in this painting is absolutely beautiful. The guy who won it is super happy to own it. But look at all the detail. You know, you lose all this on the card because he went with this really dark gray for this card. But the purple and the yellow glow here is incredible. All these like statue figures, the stairwell, the intricate detail like on the building structure itself. I was talking to Brian Smith the other day, and he said this is his favorite artwork from the set. I was like, wow, really? That's pretty high praise coming from Brian. Great guy. So, yeah, beautiful original painting and a great sale. You know, congratulations to Elvira. Her work is super valuable, as it should be. Special artist, special talent, and a great person. All right. Got it. So I'll be shipping that off. I'll be saying goodbye to that very, very soon here, guys. So good opportunity to show it one last time. Let me see. There's something else. Well, just stay tuned on the community group and the Collector Arthouse Discord later, because I will be launching another auction at 8 p.m. Eastern this evening for another artist proof. So we're gonna have several artist proofs coming this week. So you guys just got to be monitoring the. Oh my God, there's a lot of Atlas cards in this pack, guys. The Atlas cards are insane. They're so rare because there's a lot more spell cards, as you know, in Sorcery. Look at this one upside down. Upside down. Whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe the whole pack's upside down and I'm just a moron. As it turns out, I'm just a moron. All right, so what we're going to do is one of these. So there's a lot more spell cards than there are Atlas cards. And, as I mentioned previously, the whole set is not in sample card form. So sample cards are Atlas cards are pretty special as sample cards. They're just very rare. Of course, there's more of the basic lands. I've pulled many of those on the channel in the 21 packs, 23 packs or so that I've done. Oh my God, look at all the Atlas cards. Dude, this is a site pack. This is unreal. I don't know that I've ever had a pack that had this many Atlas sites. So it's going to be very interesting because it looks like we're going to find them at various rarities. And if you get something that's not, like, first of all, basic land, obviously, is the most meta relevant, right? Everyone plays with those basic land cards. So those are big time as they are, but the other ones that are not basic lands are just incredibly rare. So that makes them very valuable because they're also in very high demand. You know, low supply plus very high demand equals stonks. Big time payday. You know, some of these, like, I open the card and someone hits me up and they're like, dude, is that one for sale? Contact the seller. I'll offer $3,000. Someone offered like a few grand for one of the, I pulled a mix one time. When I pulled the time stop card from Severin, dude, I had to, I got so many freaking messages. Everyone wanted that card. And the guy's like, nah, I'm not selling it. I was like, dude, you are a diehard. Because that, you would have freaking crushed. So good for him. You know, I probably wouldn't have sold it either. You know, there's different ways to make money, but there's only, when you're talking about limited items that you're never going to see again, it's very, very hard to let those go. All right, guys. This is the downside of having meticulously manicured nails and a little cut on the cuticle. So not that meticulous. All right, am I showing the wheel? Let me see. Someone's hitting me up on Facebook Messenger. Oh. All right. So I gotta get back to some messages later, guys. All right. Emmett, what's up, dude? Mike, are you leggy gulper status on your Dust account yet? What does that even mean? Are there status for Dust? Guys, I was thinking about doing a video about the Dust Redemption Awards and like just the business philosophy behind redemption models as a marketing model. Is that something you'd be interested in? Because I don't know. It could be awesome or it could be freaking boring. I don't do a lot of recorded content, you know? I really enjoy doing lives. I like the spontaneity and the impromptu, unpredictable nature of it. But if I'm going to do a recorded video, I don't want to do some nonsense like a pack break or like, I don't know. I want to do something like different and interesting. So I think, and I'm into like business and marketing and kind of like the history of the game, like their go-to-market approach, the business aspect of it, like how they are trying to position as a game, as a product in the industry, and what they're trying to accomplish with this Dust Rewards program and with a redemption strategy. Like, why would the company do this? And I could get into this in a live, but I get, you know, recorded content gets a lot more views. So if it's a topic of interest, maybe that's the best way to approach it. And it's not like a simple, the dust system should be out very soon. Yeah, it's imminent, guys. It could be out in the next 10 minutes. Who knows? But yeah, it's interesting. Let me just give you a spoiler alert about the redemption program. Like typically your typical redemption program, if you think about like credit card rewards or, I don't know, like buying stuff off a website that gives you like points that you accrue that you can then go cash in for a reward. You earn those points at the point of sale. In Sorcery, you don't really earn the points at the point of sale, right? Because you have to acquire that box, you then have to scratch the dust code, you then have to sign up on the website and enter the code to get those points. So there's going to be secondary market dilution on the data of, the data relevance and the data value to the company. If they're trying to use that as a metric to understand who purchased from where and why, and maybe leverage that to affect their distribution strategy going forward, or kind of reward repeat purchase and whatnot. I mean, they'll get some of those benefits from it, but the point that it isn't recorded at the point of sale will kind of dilute things, because you'll have these like mass breakers and singles sellers, these guys that open hundreds, thousands of boxes, and they're not registering all those codes. So the company is losing that valuable data, that those breakers somehow got their hands on a massive quantity of product, and they are the ones redeeming them, because they will not be the ones redeeming them. They'll sell the codes. It creates a secondary market, which creates additional value for the cards, for the box itself, which is a good thing, and rewards purchase and creates additional value, intrinsic value in the box. And, for the purchaser, whether they buy it directly from the company, if that's offered in the future, or from, a partner or distributor or retailer, but the point is, a breaker can go have 1,000 codes, sell them off to people all over the world, and then you kind of lose provenance of where those were purchased and where those came from. So it defeats the point to some extent. That's one aspect of it that I kind of wanted to think through a little bit and explore a little further, and other aspects of it, pros and cons. So here we go, guys. I think we got a reasonable mix. What we do now, we got about we're gonna go to the wheel. We're going to go to the wheel and get this party started. We're an hour and 12 in. We haven't opened a single pack yet. But we had an interview. I'll have to parse that interview so it gets more views for Tony and Alan. But let's do another shuffle, and let's get right into it with a spin. Henry Cho, what's up, dude? Kevin Fulton. Oh, it's Onyx Collectibles. All right, so 15... Onyx Collectibles is up first. He's got two in the pack, so we're going to put his top loader aside, take one of his off the wheel, back to the overhead cam, and right off the top, he's going to kick us off with a spell card. Courtesan Kobolds. All right, so he hits an exceptional, and this card is a banger, man. These freaking guys, Alan Pollack, we just had him on the show, they are an absolute menace. So here, interesting, is 4 to cast, 2 threshold, 3 power level. So I know some of this changed. Exceptional monsters raise a ruckus here. At the end of your turn, these kobolds must deal 3 damage to a nearby minion. All right? Buddy started it, is the quote. The kobold who started it. So let's go to the website. I think this changed to 2 damage, didn't it? Come on. Let's check my gaming knowledge. You guys bust my chops when I butchered the Highland Falconer. But I am a professional. Why would I have a gaming academy if I wasn't a professional game player? Just doesn't add up. I'm semi-pro at best. At worst. Full pro at best. All right. So, like I said, 3 to cast. That changed. 2 power level, or 2 damage. So it inflicts 2 damage. It used to be 3. So these guys, at the end of your turn, Quarrelsome Kobolds strikes themselves or another target adjacent unit. All right, so before, at the end of your turn, these kobolds must deal 3 damage to a nearby unit. Man, this guy, so look at a sample card. It's pretty interesting. It changed quite a bit. Now with the new card, it can strike themselves or another adjacent minion. So there's some RNG involved there where it could self-inflict and kill itself. But on this one, It only damaged nearby minions, and it did it for 3 damage. Sure, it costs more to cast. Only one more threshold, no big deal. But 4 to cast, so you get it out a little later, but it's striking for 3, and it's only hitting other people at random. So, and other nearby minions. So that's pretty interesting change on that one. Real nice hit. It's an exceptional. So those are very rare as sample cards. That's a great hit. Real cool, fun card that Alan Pollack did based on the British Parliament brawl that broke out in court. So looks like Onyx is happy with that one. Oh yeah! Congrats, man. All right. Oh, so you're actually watching through Facebook and you registered it. So you did it the right way. Other people I get, like Facebook user, there is a way that if you're watching on Facebook, you can jump onto the StreamYard website. It prompts you how to do it and get your name shown. But others are, if you watch on YouTube, I'll see who you are as well. All right, Chase Collectible says, Henry, when Mike pulls NA P Stone for you, I select an upgraded frog status. Dude, if I pull the Philo Stone, you're going to see some fireworks. For sure. I have not. I pulled 2 Alpha Philo Stones. I might be... I did it in, like, not a lot of boxes, guys. Just through, like, a few breaks. It's... I got the godly fingertips on that. I got the luck sometimes. The magic touch. But I have not pulled... I did sell one. But I did not pull one myself. It was a record sale, $16,500. It's got to be the biggest sell of any category ever in Sorcery. Sample card, painting, alpha foil, graded card. I think that's the highest sell ever. And it's the only one known to exist, the Philo Stone sample card. Savage Knuckler. All right, Knuckler's in for 2, I believe. There he is. All right, so we'll knuckle our way into this one. Savage Knuckler. All right. Right off the top, another spell card. Land Deed. Very nice. So I'll probably run an Elvira Palakowska artist proof tonight. So stay tuned for that one, 8 p.m. Eastern. You'll see that one get launched. And Land Deed, really nice, guys. I think she has I think I got this one available for direct sale. I want to say I think she did a crossover concept with one of these in the new batch that I got. So I have several for direct sale. I have an exclusive Patreon offer for those right now. They'll get first right to claim the ones they want, and then like within the next few days, I'll open it to the public. There'll be several available for direct sale, but the higher end ones that are in very high demand, I'm going to be auctioning those because it gives everybody equal opportunity. For one, it gives Elvira Palakowska the best value proposition, the best opportunity to get the best value she can for a very limited artist proofs, only 25 copies that she has. And secondarily, if it's a very high demand card, it gives everybody equal opportunity to compete to purchase one. So the higher end ones like Magellan Globe, her Dual Land, Browse, Infiltrate, those types of cards will be auctioned, but there's several that'll be available for direct sale. Land Deed, I think, is available for direct. The controller of this deed controls the site at its location. An exceptional relic of indisputable claim. Possession is 9/10 of the law. All right, so let's take a look here on the Collector Arthouse website. Sorcery cards. Elvira Palakowska. Elvira is probably the way to say it. Land Deed. All right, so still 4 to cast. It's a relic. It became an elite, right? So it went from exceptional to elite. An elite document of indisputable claim. So they changed it from relic to document. That's pretty cool and flavorful. Bearer has you control this site. All right. So interesting. A lot of rarity change in sample cards. All right, let's see. This pack's a banger so far. Yeah, those are 2 nice hits right out of the gate. I try to pay attention to chat when I can. Henry Cho, what's up, my guy? Cho just had a birthday recently. He's one step closer to death. Hey! Congratulations, pal. All right. That's one way to look at it. You're also wiser and ready for war when Arthurian Legends comes out. Liquidate all accounts. Dump into Arthurian Legends. You should be buying paintings, though. No more of these goofy toys. Go for the paintings. All right. Let's see. Some say if he sponsored MetaZoo Kickstarter, it would still be around. What are we even talking about here? Who are you talking about? You talking about me? Rudy? Who? MetaZoo? Come on now. All right. 13 to go. We got the wheel up. Let's give it a spin. Why not? Oh, let me mute my speakers here. I don't want to get any feedback of wheel spins and celebration of names. Jerry A. Jerry, I think, has just the one. Yep. All right, Jerry is getting our first Atlas site card. Boom. That's exciting. All right, Josh wants to see the Trill Wolpertanger. Dude, I'm going to be upset if I pull that one because I want that freaking card badly. All the Severin cards, man. Severin is an angel among us. You know? A deity. I own a few of her paintings, and someone always tells me he wants to buy the Avatar of Fire. And I was like, it might as well be on fire because you're never going to see it again. I will not sell it. All right, here we go. Oh, River of Flame. Boom. Jerry, crushed, man. A unique sight. Oh, my God. Ian Miller, River of Flame. Incredible. A unique sight where pure rage spills forth. Cast 2 fire spells on your turn. You may move this river to a square up to 3 steps away. Damn. Ian Miller, unique sample card. These are near extinction levels. They're so freaking rare. It's mind-blowing. This might be the only one ever pulled. I'm not sure. It's a godly pull. You're not guaranteed a unique in the pack. It's extremely rare to pull unique for starters. To pull a unique sight is rarity upon rarity. It's like unimaginably rare, and it looks absolutely sick. Look at that artwork by Ian Miller. The insane, intricate detail. He just did a video interview that I shared on the Sorcery Contested Realm community group in the Collector Arthouse Discord, where he talks about his intricate line detail, right? And how he gets into a work of art and he kind of discovers through the process of how it's going to unfold. And he said, like, in the early days, you know, he had a certain approach. He's older now, so his eyesight isn't quite the same, so he kind of has to tweak his approach. But it was really interesting to hear him talk about the science of the lines and how, like, certain angles, curvature of the lines evoke a certain emotion or send a, like, certain type of message. You know, like, I think he called it, like, an essence of motion or speed, right? In, like, how aggressive a line can be with its curvature or its jaggedness. And, man, his style is unlike any other. Look at that freaking hit. Eric Meyer. Dude, Eric, first poll we've seen? First poll ever. This is pop 1 of 1. Thank you, Eric. That's what I was wondering. Dude, Jerry. Is Jerry watching this? I gotta message him. I talk to Jerry all the time on, like, Facebook. Oh, my God. He only got 1 card in this freaking pack, and that is definitely a 4-figure card, without question. Someone would certainly pay at least $1,000 for that, probably several grand. And I'm not just being, like, a pump artist. Oh, he hit me up. He said, what a hit. Dude. Absolutely. I got to message him here. Absolutely incredible. Congratulations. Happy for you. You bastard. Just kidding. I didn't say you bastard, but I did think it. I am not above thinking, you bastard, you got it. You got it. You got it. Oh, man. That's freaking incredible. Jerry. Dude, what are the freaking odds? Oh, man, you crushed. There he is talking to me. I got to be careful not to show my Facebook messages. All right, guys. Unfreaking believable. We knew it when we saw the Atlas cards. The pack was loaded with Atlas sites. Unbelievable. Let's see what other bangers we can hit. All right, Double G coming off the wheel. And actually, you know what, guys? Let me go to the Discord here really quick and see how many people have bought into sample pack number 22. Because I opened that up. All right, so we're going to go here. And yeah, I did an announcement here the other day. So here's the Relentless Crowd auction. We're at $12.50 on the Relentless Crowd. It is not hit reserve yet, but we got till 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. Here's the goofy little video I did on that. So sample pack break 22. This is where you would go. You go into Collector Arthouse Discord. Sample pack break 22. We're doing 21 right now, so that's sold out. I have this category live auction breaks. What is this called? Live auctions breaks. And offered something. Oh, and offers. Okay. Because I have the Drew Tucker Pathfinder Embellished Prints. There's only 3 left of these in the 12 by 16 size. So you come in here or just DM me if you want to purchase one of those. I do alpha breaks. I do sample pack breaks. So sample pack break 22, 7 slots have been claimed already. This is for the next break. Once it sells out, I'll schedule it maybe next weekend. Then I might slow it down. I might do these like once a month because I don't want to run out. It's a lot of fun. You know, I want to be able to do this for months, if not years. So 7 slots claimed, 8 left. So they're selling fast. We got about half a pack left. If you guys want to claim one, come in here and drop a message or hit me up separately. All right? All right, guys. So double G. I took them off the wheel, right? 11 left. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Man, the River of Flame. Wow. First ever pulled ever anywhere. Incredible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because I got double G coming up next. The River of Flame. How about it? It's Ian Miller weekend, baby. Ian Miller. River of Flame. Woo! Hey! Up, get up! Yeah, boy! River of Flame. Incredible. It's like a Braum. It's like a Fugazi Braum almost. All right, let's see what we got here. I got some curios up in here. River of Flame. Boom. Look at these. Look at these jolly soldiers, baby. Ian Miller. Ian Miller. Look. River of RCs. Bam. Look at that. You'll never see them together again. It's almost tragic in a way. It kind of brings a tear to the eye. Look at that. The River of Flame. God, it's so sick. All right, so I marked this. This is the one that's up for auction. These ones are mine. You'll probably never see these sold ever. I'll just take it to the grave. It's a loss. I'm chalking it up as a loss. All right, guys. I got so much shipping to do. Oh, I got an extra Braum here. All right. I'll be packing and shipping for days. Double G. Back to the main event. Oh, Double G is going to hit an Atlas card. Look at all the Atlas sites. Here we go. Oh my God, Cornerstone. You kidding me? Oh my God, an exceptional Cornerstone. Wow, Margaret Organ Keene. Has this ever been pulled? Once again, impossibly rare, an exceptional Atlas site. Dude, this is a God pack sample pack. No joke. The Cornerstone by Margaret Organ Keene. No one's pulling this card. No one's pulling it as a sample card. Double G, man. Double G. Unbelievable. Margaret Organ Keene, Cornerstone. An exceptional site to expand your domain. This Cornerstone may be played on a corner square not adjacent to any site. A beautiful, intricate artwork by Margaret Organ Keene. Exceptional rarity, Atlas site. All Atlas sites in sample cards are impossibly rare. At the exceptional level, you get 3 exceptionals per sample pack. And to pull an Atlas site and not a spell card, incredible. And not a basic land, that is another home run. This might be the greatest pack of all time. Honestly. Have you seen better? I don't think so. That's not hyperbole. Look at that freaking card, man. Margaret Organ Keene. Great artist. Lion's Eye Diamond. That's her claim to fame in that other game that we shall not speak of. God, what a freaking pack. What a pack. I'm at a loss. I'm definitely at a loss on the pack. I'm at a huge loss for words and for financial gain because this is a monster God pack. Savage Knuckler. All right, let's spread the wealth, guys. We have 2 guys that scored freaking home runs in this pack already. The others, too, were like great in their own right, you know. But two grand slams and a couple other triples, I'll say. They're probably triples. All right, guys. The next Atlas card from the God Pack for Savage Knuckler. Bedrock. All right, it's an ordinary. It's the only, for one, it's not a basic land. So an ordinary site is still a banger because it's a site and it's not a basic land. Basic lands are bangers for a different reason because they're meta relevant. Bedrock is one that we see less often because it's one of many ordinary Atlas sites and you're typically going to pull a basic land. So pulling a Bedrock is great. It's the only artwork from Adam Kaspar in the Alpha set. The only one he was commissioned to do for Sorcery. I don't know if he did more for Sorcery in the future. He's kind of like a mysterious guy out there in Slovakia. He's buddies with our pal, the legend, Mikhail Nagypal. They did a show together this week. And there were some pictures on the Sorcery community Facebook group. You can go check it out. I posted it there. I posted like a picture from those two guys together like 10 years ago. And Mikhail laughed. He used the laugh emoji. And he was like, dude, that's an old pic. And I was like, I know, man. I know. So give us some new ones, right? Since you're hanging out this week. And he gave us a link to the event they're doing. Great guys. Both of those guys are awesome. So Bedrock. Look how beautiful that artwork is. By the way, Mikhail wants to come on the show one of these days. So we're going to work out a date. And we'll have him on. I know he's a super popular frogman. He's done the beautiful frogs in the Alpha set. Real diverse portfolio of cards in the Alpha set. But he's also done real diverse portfolio. All types of different things. He's an amazing artist. He can do anything. So he wants to come on. So we'll have him on. We'll bring on his translator girlfriend. It'll be a great time. All right. H-Joe? H-Joe, man. Here we go. H-Joe is probably... flipping tables again. He barely missed on the Alpha Philo Stone that I pulled on the channel. With my flaming river of flame hot hands that just pull growls all day. Look at all the growls. Philo Stones for days, no problem. Time stop, river of flame. So many one of ones, guys. Unbelievable. River of Cho. Here we go. River of Cho. There's no chance. There's no chance for it, but maybe you'll get something else. It's going to be a spell card, so it could be Time Stop. Or could it? Yeah. No, the Time Stop's an elite. It can't be Time Stop. Unless we have an anomaly where we have multiple elites or uniques. It could be the Wolpatinger, though. Could definitely be a Tinger. Here we go. Dispel. Nice. That's a nice artwork. So I have these. I debated if I should auction these because they're pretty hot cards, too. I really think, so this is really cool as a special card because it has the quick mechanic. So... that meant you could play it on your opponent's turn in the pre-alpha days, right? It doesn't have the quick mechanic anymore, so that's like a big change on this one. It's a great artwork, the Dispel, the Disenchant. I really think these are going to be important cards in the future with increased use case as more cards are introduced. You know, when we teach lessons at the Collector Arthouse Gaming Academy, we talk about Dispel and Disenchant frequently and how these have great growth potential, and they're underappreciated right now because you got a bunch of plebs and noobs that don't understand the game just yet, and they need to come to the academy to get coached up on how not to misplay, you know? So if you're looking for advice on how not to misplay, I can help you. If you want to know about the growth potential of certain games, you come and learn all about Dispel and Disenchant. So just say no to misplay. Don't misplay. That is the credo of the academy. Never misplay. Especially don't do it publicly. You want to play casually in the comfort of your own home, do whatever the hell you want. You know, if your family members aren't going to judge you, you probably married well. You might have raised decent kids. But if you're going to show up to an event and misplay, then I feel bad for you. All right, here we go. Not bad, Cho. River of Cho. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Niner. We got 9 on the wheel. Let's make sure we got 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we still have 2 Atlas sites to go. All right, Gambit 11. Gambit, I think, was a heavy hitter in this pack. Yeah, he had 3. All right, man. So you are about to get a spell card. And I wish you the best of luck. All right, Gambit. Riva of Cho. There we go. Coral Reef... I choked on it. The Coral Reef Kelpie. Melissa Benson. What a great artist. Look at that. Man, that is a nice looking card. If we have time, if the wife's not back yet, she took the kids out. So I'm on borrowed time. But if there's time, I got a bunch of foils I could show you guys. I'm working a middleman deal where there was a couple very high-end alpha cards traded for almost a complete set of beta foils. So I'm really curious to see this one because the blues look amazing as foils. But anyway, all Melissa Benson cards are good cards. An ordinary beast of the tidal wilderness. The last free land lies under the sea. I feel like I have not pulled this card a lot for some reason, and I don't know why this is. So let's take a look at the Melissa Benson page at collectorarthouse.com. And the Coral Reef Kelpie was 3 to cast and 1 threshold and 3 damage, no change. An ordinary beast of tidal wilderness. So they got rid of the word the. It's too many words for the type line. He had to streamline it a little bit and change it to an ordinary beast of tidal wilderness. Submerge. All right, so we got a flavor text change. It used to say the last free land lies under the sea, and now it says, why'd the Kelpie cross the shoal to get to the other side? I remember hanging my head on this one and being like, why, guys, why? Why with this nonsense? It's like having a troll curio. And our guy, Alpha Volcanic Island, had a great finding. He went up and dug. Somehow he's looking at videos from 2023. It shows Eric opening a pack at the factory. And I remember sharing this video on the community group. And, it was all over the place because it was hot news at that time. He was I think he was actually visiting the factory. And he pulled out a sample, like a box actually, and a sample pack, and he's leafing through, and he gets to, I think it was Bridge Trolls. It was one of the trolls. I don't think it was Cave Troll. I want to say it might have been Cave Troll. So he gets to one of the trolls, and he flips it over to look at the back of the card. So he's leaking that there's a curio of that card, because now we know that it's a goofy Eric's curio game for that curio. We got a goofy curio. That was our first tell. You gotta watch closely and read the signs. All right, back to the wheel. We got another spell card coming up. And Gambit again? All right. Gambit again. All right, so coming off the wheel. Gambit. Oh, we got to go full screen. All right, guys. Another spell card. We're a few away from the next Atlas. Cloud Spirit. A beautiful one from Mikhail Nagypal. The Pareidolia effect. I think he told me he's playing with some Pareidolia in the future sets. So maybe in Arthurian, we'll have some kind of Pareidolia action. I don't know. It might have been a miscommunication. It might have been he did this with some of his artist proofs that we auctioned off. And I just sold the last from the last batch of Mikhail Nagypal artist proofs. So sooner or later, I think after he gets back from his exhibition, he'll be working on his next batch. We'll have him on the show. We'll do an interview. Hey, maybe I'll have him on as like an intro to a future pack break. That'd be cool. And then we'll get into another sample pack break, and then I'll have some additional artist proofs available for auction on the community Facebook group and the Collector Arthouse Discord. So look for those in the coming weeks. Dude, we got a lot of hot stuff coming up. Original paintings will be coming sooner or later. We got the Relentless Crowd. We're going to have more high-end stuff. It's going to be a crazy year. And then I'm going to introduce the greatest artist this world has ever seen. One of the greatest artists, man, from the altar scene. This guy is going to blow your mind with these freaking sorcery altars he's doing. Stay tuned. Next month or two, because it's shipping from a far-off land. So he's got to get the work done. He's got to let it dry, and then he's got to ship it to me so I can properly showcase these freaking altars. And guys, I am not exaggerating. I never exaggerate. I always tell the truth and nothing but the truth. Rip OJ. It's going to be freaking amazing, this guy. This guy is just, I can't describe it. You're just going to have to see it. Seeing is believing. Speaking of which, we're going to have some acrylic cases at the Sorcery Social Club event. Finally, the acrylic cases. Beautiful, amazing. There you go, double G. These acrylic cases, guys, are going to be elite too. It's all the best stuff. It's going to be a huge year. I'm all fired up about it. It's going to be a massive year for sorcery and Collector Arthouse and for artists and for collectors. What is that beeping? We just finished the laundry cycle. I'm getting some background music. All right, double G, let's go. Common sense. Why were you guys talking about common sense in the chat? So I told Alan Pollack that Grapple Shot is one of the best ordinaries in the Alpha set. Common sense has to be one of the others, right? because you have the spellbook search. At the Academy, we talk about how deck search is massively powerful. Some people don't know. These guys that are showing up at tournaments and misplaying, some of them don't even know about common sense. But we know all about it, don't we? Look at that. 1 to cast, 1 threshold. The ordinary appears as magic to some. To some that don't know. Others who know, they search your spell book for an ordinary card. They reveal it to their opponent and say, what are you going to do about it? And then they draw it. And then they play it. And, as coached up, talk some shit and say, what are you going to do about it? Common sense. There's nothing like it. Drew Tucker. That is a monster. We're hitting all the high-end ordinaries. All right, so Double G. Did he get the other bang? What was the other Double G one we got? Oh, he got the Cornerstone, man. Damn. He had 2 cards in his pack. He hits a Cornerstone from Margaret Organ Keen. Eric, is this the only Cornerstone that's been pulled? I think the Team Covenant guys pulled one in their in the entire booster box that they were given from Eric's Curiosa. A full friggin' booster box these guys got. And I think they pulled the Cornerstone. But that card, man, that is something else. It's super rare. And then he gets one of the best ordinary samples that you can get, the Common Sense. All right, guys. Spin of the wheel here. Back to the wheel. We got a few more Atlas cards to go. Yeah, Team Covenant pulled one, and there was a couple others. Yep. How about that recall? I still got it. I got a few good years left. I remember the Team Covenant pulled one. Thanks, man. Thanks for confirming. All right, Gambit 11. I'm shot out of a cannon all of a sudden with these freaking pulls. Unbelievable. All right, Gambit. Come on. Wolpertinger. Wolpertinger or bust. You can do it. Drown. So, another great Alan Pollack. So, 3 to cast. Good friend of mine in France bought this Drown. He framed it beautifully. I strongly considered buying it. The wife was like, it's a little dark. What are you going to do with that? Where are you hanging that? That's what she says about all my paintings. Who knew? You know? If she was going to question all of them, maybe I would have just bought it. But it looks like so photorealistic. It's unreal. Alan does top-notch work, man. Look how... it literally looks like a picture. It's absolutely incredible. So Drown, ordinary magic of watery descent. Target minion on a water site is submerged. In the darkening deep, they dreamed. Please tell me you did not mess with that flavor text. Don't even tell me you touched that perfect flavor text. Come on now. Do not blow my... Ordinary magic of downward descent. That's a good change. I respect that change. Submerge target minion or artifact if able. And the text box looks freaking awesome here. It's really nicely done. Where's my cursor? Look at this. The blues. This is very underrated here. No one talks about this. The game mechanic box. This marbled coloration he did here. It looks freaking amazing. And also... up here, for the card title, the aesthetics of these sorcery cards are second to none. But why would you get rid of the flavor text? Come on, you had to have the text like so centered in the box. I mean, it is nicely centered. I'm not that mad. I'm not as mad as I sound. But come on, in the darkening deep, they dreamed. Dude, that's hot. That is a hot line right there. And you can only find it on the sample card. You got to have the sample card to know that exists. Or take a picture of it. But that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. At least they didn't do like some weird, like, the chicken crossed the shawl type of thing. I can appreciate that at least. All right, let's go back to the wheel. I'm getting flustered. All right, wheel of names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 up on the wheel. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And in the last 5, we have 2 Atlas cards. So let's get it popping. All right. Come on, baby. Onyx. All right, Onyx is coming off the wheel. He's going to get a spell card. So we're going to remove him from the wheel. back to the overhead cam. And here we go. Wild Boars, Vasily. Vasily, one of the most popular artists in Sorcery. All the artists love him. Jeff Menges was just on Sorcery's channel. He's like, dude, Vasily's good. He's good. He's really good. He's such a great guy, man. He came on my beta showcase event with Elvira Shakarova. They found out they went to the same art school in Russia. It's a small world out there, man. They didn't know each other before Sorcery. They were at the same school at the same time, and they're both, like, unbelievable young artists, you know? Amazing. So amazing. It's going to be so exciting to see where their careers go. But what an artwork here. Look at the expression on the boards. He's got these blank white eyes, you know, and they come to light in the foil. But the background of this forest, the colors, I mean, his style is so unique. I love the art on that card, says Cho. River of Cho. Unbelievable, man. Everything Vasily does is great. Even an ordinary beast of bold black bristle. Back to the wheel. 4 to go. And we're into the Atlas sites here. Cho's still on the wheel, praying for one of those Atlas sites. Not going to get it this time. Steve G. Steve G has 2 of the last 4. And he's about to get an Atlas card. So let's get into it here. Another Atlas site. Oh, he gets the basic land, the rustic village, from the legend himself, Andrea Modesti. Love Andrea Modesti. I have the humble village in. No. I brought it to the frame store. I was like, I need to think hard about this one. I'm not going to rush into framing the humble village. I should have bought the rustic too, man. It's so nice. Look at that amazing artwork. The depth of it is beautiful. The scenery. So great. The basic sites, man, they're really important. They're highly meta-relevant. They're a great collectible to own because these babies are going to stand the test of time and see a lot of play, you know? I think those are really going to hold up. This is the longest I have lasted on the Wheel of Life, says Joe. All right, here we go. 3 to go. I'm not going to compare to basic lands. There weren't a lot of changes on those. It's not what it's about. It's about meta-relevancy. All right, so Cho's going to have a 50-50 chance at the last Atlas site card. And we got Steve G coming up again off the wheel. All right, so he's off. We're going to check it out. It's going to be another spell card. So many possibilities in these spell cards because there's so many different spell cards that were sample cards. Midnight Rogue. Wow, real nice one from Elvira Shakarova. This is, some people say this is their favorite artwork in the whole set, or their favorite from Elvira. And it just like strikes me as so different from the others. It's a real cool scene, and like, I just love the detail on this one. It's just so like amazingly captured. Like the lighting effects are so masterfully done. You still get the rogue as the lady rogue here, as the Midnight Rogue, as the main central point that draws your eye immediately, but you're like really intrigued by this glowing scene. Like, what's going on up in this window? This is the shadowed figure in this brightly lit, glowing room. What's going on in this room? You know, it makes you think. That's the beauty of storytelling and art. You know, you create your own story. Why is this so bright? You know, I tell the kids, dude, don't shut the blinds when you're changing at night before bed. You do not want to be caught in a glowing window. The whole neighborhood will see you. You got to be careful in those glowing windows. So you got the Midnight Rogue, the night scene, these shadowy figures just chilling. What are they doing out there at night? And this lady here's got a crossbow on a special stealth mission. The Midnight Rogue. An ordinary mortal lurks in the dark. Stealth and lethal. Patience is the most deadly of disciplines. Dude, that is a cool card, man. Bursting with flavor. Let's take a look if there was any change on this one. I feel like I haven't pulled this one a lot either. So let's go to Elvira's page. Midnight Rogue. All right. An ordinary mortal hides in shadow. That's cool change too. Actually, so all right. So it got nerfed a little bit on casting cost. It was 2 in 1 threshold. Now it's 3 in 1 threshold to cast. You know what I'm noticing, guys? Wow. All right, we're gonna. This could just be a matter of cut, but we're gonna talk about this in a moment. It's either a. This is really interesting. All right, so the Midnight Rogue. You know, it's much lighter on the card, and see how much darker it is on the sample card. An Ordinary Mortal hides in shadow, range stealth. I'll have respect for your laws when you make them respectable. That's solid. But patience is the most deadly of disciplines. I like that a lot too, to be honest. So let's take a look at this card. Look at the window figure here. You get a little bit more of the face, which makes you want to look at the original painting. And what became of this original painting? Did Eric buy this one? Oh, it was given out in the collector tier. That's why I couldn't remember it. So I sold like a lot of Elvira's paintings with her, you know, or for her. And this was not one of them because Eric bought this one, right? He acquired this one and then he gave it out in the collector tier. So that was awarded to somebody, and I think it was resold. Yeah, you know what? And I think like did one of my friends from Discord buy this one? Man, if you bought this painting, hit me up. We need to talk about it. I think I know who bought it. I can't remember who exactly bought it, but they told me that they bought it. I got to keep a list, guys. I remember a lot of things, but sometimes I forget a few things here and there. But you see more of the figure in the window. You see here, it's like more cut off from the card. That could have been just cutting. But it appears that maybe Eric zoomed a little more on a sample card and decided to revise this. All right, so I talked about this recently in a post on the Facebook community group where I said Eric did a reveal event of the 24 artworks for the collector tier. And as we were going, people were chiming in and they're like, wow, the colors on that original painting were very, very nicely done, really intriguing, really beautiful. Like we talked about the Immortal Throne painting relative to the card, which like completely eliminated the purple and made it a lot more cavernous in the grays. And in this Midnight Rogue card, you could see how much lighter the card is from the alpha version relative to the sample card version. Take a look at this. Get a good look. See how much of this window is shown, and then it's the overall lighting of the rogue itself up on the window. And now take a look at the sample card, how dark the shadowing is. It's a much darker like night scene that was then like changed back and a little better enhanced. You see the flag better illuminated in the alpha card version. This window was clipped a little bit more. That was brought back to bring more lightness. And then also above the title box, you get a little bit more of the building structure up here. So there's more to the painting, and this is common, where Eric zoomed to make one of the figures in the card a little more central, and then you lose some essence of the original painting. So it's always very cool to compare and look at the original paintings. And one thing I just thought of, I can go back to the website here, guys, and it's worth the excursion to go to the Alpha art page, right? And here you can go and look at all the full arts. Not every single card, but I have a pretty good library of many of the cards from the Alpha set. And it's alphabetical by artist, so we don't have to go too far to get down to Elvira. Here we go. And yes, I have Midnight Rogue here. Wow. So here you see the full figure in the original painting. It's a small one. So I'm gonna have to show it to you guys like this. Maybe I could zoom a little. I can. All right. I lost it. Hang on. All right. So the Midnight Rogue. Let's see. Can I zoom a little bit more? Come on, baby. Come on. Work with me here. Come on. One more time. It's gone again. All right. I'm trying to get it. All right. It's not in the middle, but here. You get the full figure in the original painting. And then, the text box obscured some of this anyway, so you kind of miss out on that. Real subtle lettering on the name of this, what I presume is a store. This must be the store name up top, but it's at night, so it's shadowed. But man, that is a beautiful painting. Should have bought this one. Someone resold this from the collector tier. What were you thinking? Why? Why would you do that? Oh man, that is underrated painting. So much detail as always from Elvira. Beautiful lighting and shadowing. The light from the lit room reflecting onto the building here and illuminating the rooftop. as she's trying to lurk in the shadow here and go undetected. Holding on. Dude, that's nice. That is really cool and well done. And interesting, you know, some interesting tweaking of the sample card to the final alpha card. Are you guys bored to tears yet? I kind of belabored that a little too long, I feel. Maybe just a touch too long. All right, 2 left. 2 cards, 2 top loaders, 2 sleeves, 1 Cho. Here we go. 1 Cho, 1 Savvy 10. Oh, Cho's going to get the sight, baby. You got it. You got it. You want it, you got it. All right. River of Cho. You get the Atlas sight card, my guy. Awesome. Maybe I could even pick it up. I don't know. All right, here we go. The last Atlas sight from the pack. Oh, the beautiful Autumn River. All right, so it's another basic land site. And you get one. This, again, I always say I think this is my favorite river. It's a hard call. He's got 2 rivers that are phenomenal. But this is an amazing painting right here. Great work. One of the best artworks, I think, from Matt Thames. The beautiful Autumn River. You got an Atlas. Congrats, dude. That is a nice hit. I don't know if you got any of his artist proofs, too. You got to find him at a show now at this point for his artist proofs. But we're going back to the wheel for Savvy 10. The obligatory final spin. We're going to give him his spin. All right, guys. Savvy 10. It is 10. Remove him from the wheel. Retire the wheel. Oh, Cho's in for 2 on the next one. We're at 9 slots claimed. Let's update it and make you wait for this last card. 9 slots claimed. See if I can get a space going. Shift? It is a shift. So 9, 6 left. Boom! 6 left in the next break. It'll be scheduled after all slots are claimed. Let me, since I'm going to make you wait for that last card, let's go down in the Collector Arthouse Discord. I just posted Vincent Pompetti. All right, so we sold a few Pompetti proofs this weekend and several Elvira proofs. If you go to direct sale announcements down in artist proofs, direct sale in the Collector Arthouse Discord, I just refreshed all of the remaining Pompetti artist proofs that we have left in stock. And Vincent's going to be working on some more, and we're going to auction again the high-end ones so everyone has a fair shot. These ones are available for direct sale. The ordinary and exceptional are $350 per card, and then the elite and uniques are going to be $400, which are an absolute steal, guys. I'm telling you, it's a steal. They're alpha proofs. There's 29 copies in the world, 25 that the artists have. They're extremely rare. These are paintings, small form paintings on a card, on extremely rare cards, alpha cards with square corners. And I have been speculating all along. We'll see for Arthurian Legends. I think he goes to round corners for the artist proofs to make the alpha one special. It's just a theory. I have no inside information. I don't know what he's going to do, but that's what I would do. And I hope he does. So that's a steal of a price based on how art is popping off. I really it was 300 and 400 was the price delta. I upped it to 350 and 400. And we'll hold it for now and we'll kind of feel our way. The art market is exploding. So, you know, as copies wind down and they become more limited, they'll probably go up again. But it is what it is for now, guys. So hit me up. Go check it out. Join the Discord if you're interested. And we have one last sample card to go. For Savvy 10. Haste. Haste by Drew Tucker. Ordinary magic of utmost urgency. Target minion gets +1 movement and may move or attack right away when summoned. And you draw a spell. Really nice effect. Let's go to the Drew Tucker page, and then we'll recap. Sorcery cards, Drew Tucker. All right. So where's Drew's haste? Here we go. So, haste changed to Mad Dash. We have a big name change here. The cost went from 1 to 2. Ordinary magic of utmost urgency, so they kept that the same. Draw a card, then give an ally movement +1 this turn. Guaranteed delivery in 1 month or less, or your money back. I don't know. I probably would not have added the flavor text there. But to each their own. To each their own. I'm just a guy on the internet. I have no power, no authority, no influence. Just a random guy on the internet. So here we go. All rivers flow to Cho. It's just what I've heard. It's just what they're saying on the internets. I can confirm, though. That is a fact. River of Cho. All right. Haste. Autumn River. Midnight Rogue. Rustic Village. Gorgeous artwork. Wild Boar. Drown. Common Sense. Cloud Spirit. Coral Reef Kelpie. Dispel. Bedrock. Cornerstone. River of Cho. Look at that River of Flame. A unique sight where pure rage spills forth. Did we forgot to I was so flustered I forgot to compare to change on that. So we're going to take a look at that one in a moment. Land Deed and Quarrelsome Kobolds. I think I was so flustered we forgot to go to the interwebs and look at the inner Miller cards. Ian Miller. River. We just ended another laundry cycle. River of Flame here. A unique sight with incendiary intent. Fire Spellcaster. Wow, this one changed a ton, guys, and we completely overlooked it. It used to say a unique sight where pure rage spills forth. That is awesome. It's so orange on the sample card. Is it really this yellow in alpha and beta? We got to take a look at that. Cast 2 fire spells on your turn. You may move this river to a square up to 3 steps away. And now it's just only fire spellcaster. Dude, absolute freaking home run, Jerry. Dude, what a freaking sample card. Unbelievable. What a card. So much change. So much Ian Miller. So many lines. Only Ian paints like this. Jerry. What a grand slam. All right, guys. So tonight, this bad boy ends at 8 p.m. Eastern. These never come for sale. So very rare opportunity. Go for it if you want it. And before we call it a day, all right, should I hang on a second here? What is in here? Oh. What is in here? Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. That wasn't even the one. So that pack, I thought that pack was one of the German packs I just... All right, so that pack, guys, that was actually my pack that I... So that was my pack that I purchased, essentially, from the series that I've been doing. That was a New Zealand pack. I thought it was a Germany pack. So what happened was, I bought from this guy in New Zealand. He had a collector tier backing. I bought from him 2 cases of Alpha. Cases. Freaking expensive, guys. And 4 sample packs. It was an absurd amount of money. And I was like, hey, you know what? I was trying to it was a consignment deal is how it started, right? So I sell stuff for the community or I auction. But on this one, I was like, dude, you want to sell them? All right. Let me see if I can find some buyers for you. So I started out. Everyone's like, oh no, I don't know. It's real risky with these alpha boxes, breaking them open, getting the ROI. Some guys were like, yeah, I don't know if I could get enough margin on a break at that price point. So I was like, all right, I'll just break them myself then. I'll just buy it all myself and I'll just do breaks, right? So one of the cases, I pulled a non-foil Philo Stone and the Alpha Philo Stone. Not bad, right? Amongst other, a couple other uniques, at least 2 other uniques as I recall. And one of those was that sample pack that had the unique River of Cho on it. The River of Cho, River of Flame. unbelievable. One of them had, if I remember correctly, I think one of them had that time stop in it. Is that right? I don't know about that. It might have. I don't know. It had the Alpha foil Philo stone for sure, the Alpha non-foil stone, and the freaking River of Flame. So that was not the Germany pack, which is creates a dilemma of sorts, because that was my pack. So maybe, all right, so this is what we'll do, guys. Pack 22 will be the Germany pack. All right? And I've sold 9 slots in that pack. So that was my pack. I'm going to keep that pack. I mean, we're going to sell that pack, all right? I mean, we just broke the pack. I'm going to send out those cards. But then for sample pack break 22, this guy, you wanted to slow roll it. You know, he sent me, basically I did a deal with this guy, right? And I got a few of these packs from Germany. And I was like, I'll essentially buy them from you, but I'll use them for breaks, right? So I'll get some margin on the breaks. I'll pay you whatever. But like timing wise, he doesn't want to do it like every week like I've been doing, right? So he wants to slow roll it. So, you know, I started selling for the next one. He's like, it's too fast, man, too fast. So I was like, all right, well, we'll wait. We'll do yours like once a month, and maybe I'll mix in some of my own packs, which I did today unknowingly. So next week we'll do one of his packs, which will be sample pack 22, and it'll be the Germany pack. But yeah, that was sick. The River of Flame, man, what a monster hit. Anyway, I got this middleman. I got this middleman deal going down for. Hang on a second here. I'll show you what for. All right. So what we have here. What we have here is a card. A nice little card. He told me I could show it. These guys are cool. So I'm going to be shipping these out real soon. And I did it's a middleman. Like I'm just a middleman on this deal. They ship the cards to me. I collect the monies. And then I ship them out to the respective buyer and seller. Or the trade partners or whatever. Sometimes it's trade. Sometimes it's cash purchase. And then, I ship them. I verified everything's there. And there you go. You got the Eric's Curiosa Alpha Foil. And then you got the Philo Stone. The Philo Stone Alpha Pristine 10. Look at that kitty purr. Oh my God. The foiling on this is godly. You got to see one of these in person, guys. I've been absolutely blessed to see like many of these in person. Probably like 5 to 10 stones. I don't know. I've kind of lost count at this point because I've done several middleman deals on these stones, and just know some locals that have them too. I mean, so many have crossed the desk. But there it is, the amazing Pristine 10 Philo Stone. So sexy, he says in chat. And then the trade, was almost for an entire complete set of beta foils. We might have live action here soon. So, what's going on here? Someone's sending payment for the next break. All right, guys. All right, so these are nicely done. Let's take a journey. I don't have time to show you all of these guys, but while we got them here, it'd be a nice opportunity to look at most of the unique foils from beta. All right? And they're in alphabetical order. Very nicely packaged. And let's just enjoy some of the beautiful foils of Sorcery Contested Realm. Look at that foil effect under the right lighting of the amethyst core. Incredible. That's one of the best amethysts. Then you have the aquamarine. Eric did such an amazing job on these foil finishings. You gotta take a moment to enjoy these guys, because not everyone. These foils are so hard to get, even in beta, especially the uniques. This is the best artwork right here, by far, from Oranja Art, because she did this. She only did this in the 3 deserts. Of course, she did the castle. Man, this is the best, though. The most intricate from her Alpha debut. All right. Blasted Oak from the great Dan Seagrave. It's a darker one. It's not. Look at that. Under the right light, it pops just right. Beautiful. Boneyard from Seagrave. Very detailed artwork. I want to keep these in alphabetical order. The brows. You often find, in Alpha, you would often find the brows in the same box or case as, same box oftentimes as the Alpha Philostone. We're going to have probably a brows from Elvira Palakowska come to auction later this week. I think tonight, I think I'm going to do the Magellan Globe tonight. And it's this amazing crossover she did of the Magellan Globe with this wizard-looking guy from Browse. It's awesome. She did these crossovers. They're really cool. Captain Baldassare. An epic artwork. This is a really great card. Vincent Pompetti, man. Vincent's the man. Love Vincent. Ooh, Cloud City. I auctioned one of these recently. I might have only one or two left of these from Elvira, so that'll be coming too at some point. Beautiful artwork. Probably the one that most notably features her beautiful architectural art style. Very nice. Of course, the Courtesan Tice. The new artwork in beta from Drew Tucker. Drew's going to be at the Sorcery Spring Social. Ah, the Crown of the Victor. Amazing from Elvira. Tragically lost at sea in shipping. This was supposed to be the prize original painting at Gen Con last year, but it was lost in shipping. And we hope it resurfaces, or we hope it's safely somewhere and we get to see it again. But that is a really nice artwork. The Crown Prince, Asi Haikala. Look at a color splash on that one, man. That's wild. So that's one where you decided to foil the background instead of the prince. The Amazing Debt Dealer. Look at that red, dude. Oh, man. Red and black is never wrong. It always works. Look at that baby light up. Literally, the baby. Literally. Look at that baby light up. Thought I was joking. The sword lights up. The background with the fiery red. That's nice. Oh, man, this dome. The foiling on this dome is out of this world. This is a great piece of art by Vincent Pompetti. This was a very popular artist proof. I think this sold out. So when he sends more of these, this card's likely going to be auctioned. A lot of Vincent Pompetti's artist proofs have sold. So my inventory is getting low. I showed how you could find those in a Discord. It's getting low on Vincent. So if you guys want a Vincent Pompetti artist proof at a steal of a price of the ones that are available for direct sale, you better join the Collector Arthouse Discord and hit me up ASAP. It's going to be first come, first serve. Oh, wait. I gotta flip that over. That is a nice artwork by Vincent, man. Vincent is the man. Look at this. The Donnybrook in. I'm trading one of these Donnybrook playmats. It's a beautiful artwork. I'm going to trade the Donnybrook playmat for that Pillar playmat. Because I got a couple of them. And those are both great artworks. All right. The Doomsday Device. I sold this original painting at auction last year. It triggered the buy it now price super fast. People were pissed. They're like, you moron. Why didn't you put that bin way higher? It was the early days of art auctions, guys. Art is if you guys want an original painting, do not mess around. The opportunities are fleeting, and they're a beautiful joy to own. Ah, yes, the Doomsday Prophet. Where's Spittler? The Doomsday Prophet Hoarder. Near extinction levels on Alpha because of freaking Spittler. All right, Dream Quest, guys. Amazing Elvira painting. Join Elvira's Patreon, and you can get one of the very limited embellished prints of her alternate art Dream Quest. And it's amazing, as always, because Elvira is a legend and always does top-notch work. That is an incredible painting. They would probably sell for $1 billion if auctioned today. Gigantism. Alan Pollack. It used to be called Enlarge as a sample card. Ooh, the Gilded Aegis, baby. Currently at the frame shop. Guys, I brought this to the frame shop a few weeks ago. I own this original painting. And I told the guy, let's do this. I was running out of time. I was like, I got to go. Let's go with this walnut frame, right? A few days later, I wake up in a panic at like 2 a.m. And I'm like, why did I do that? You cannot just put a walnut frame around the Gilded Aegis. You need an epic matte, a dark frame, and an epic matte to enhance these golds and greens. So I woke up in a panic. It took me like 2 hours to fall back to sleep. And then I called him like first thing in the morning, and I left him a voicemail. And I was like, dude, don't frame that one. Don't do it. I'll come back. I got ideas, right? So he put the brakes on, and he texted me back, and he's like, you're good. Don't worry. It's on hold. So I'm going to go back and do that one right. That's a cool one. The Great Old One by the great Dan Seagrave. That's awesome. The Great Wall, also known as Simon Swan, employee of Eric's Curiosa, who muzzles our man Eric and keeps all dark secrets behind this great wall. So sad. So sad for us all. Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper, man. I've seen this painting in person. What a freaking dream to own a Vasily. I want one, guys. Help me. Help me help you. Someone got that Donnybrook in the collector tier. Contact me immediately. The Highland Princess. This was so brilliantly framed by the person who was not me that bought this. I passed like an idiot. And I live a life of shame. Immolation. Great one by Brian. The light does not like this one. I think it's the sleeve or something. It's not working within the sleeve. But that is... Oh man. It looks great in... Oh, man. It's too bad it's not coming... The camera's not catching it right. But that looks sick in person. Wow. The foiling on this is wild. There's so much depth and texture to it. That is sick. You guys... Go buy one of those, guys. Just do it. Jihad, good luck finding that on the internet. Banned. Eliminated. Canceled. No Jihad for you on the interwebs. You gotta go to the private communities because the interwebs banned it. Those bastards. King of the Realm. Tony Szczudlo. We saw him earlier. You're gonna see him at the Sorcery Spring Social in the summer. Tony's the man. It'll be a lot of fun to hang out with and share a few beers and laughs. Ah, the Keith era. The Kingdom of Agartha. In my opinion, maybe the best artwork from Adam Burke in the set. I know you guys like Edge of the World, but come on, look at Kingdom. This is very well done. All right, guys. Keith era. Only one can own Keith era. Only one will own Keith era. Yeah, baby. I absolutely love this artwork. Severin. The GOAT. The hero we don't deserve. Stay tuned on Keith era. Severin and I might have a special project going on this one. You got to be in the Collector Arthouse Patreon, guys. Check it out. See if it's for you. I'd appreciate your support. In many ways, it ends up benefiting many artists, too. Because we offer many special things to patrons. With priority to patrons. And then, sometimes to the general public. But wow, the Keith era mechanism, man. I have an epic, very epic frame picked out for this one. To do it right. A frame and matte. What a gorgeous artwork. The second I saw it revealed, I was hitting up Severin. I was like, please tell me you did not sell this painting. And then I bought it immediately. I'm so lucky. And I have the original sketch too. Keith era, top 3 arts from the game for sure. It's confirmed. Look, confirmed. Keith era, top 3 arts from the game for sure. Confirmed. You thought I was bullshitting you. It's real. Lord of the Void. Elvira Polakowska. This is one of her best artworks too, I'd say. She did some cool crossover concepts. Go check out Oh, it's Patreon exclusive early access preview on the new Elvira artist proofs. So if you go sign up for a Collector Arthouse Discord, no, Patreon, Collector Arthouse Patreon. Another shameless self plug. If you sign up, you can have a look at some of these crossover concepts. There's going to be some of these auctions, so you'll have equal opportunity to go after one of the Lord of the Voids. But go check that out, guys. Or if you want to join the Patreon, there's a lot for direct sale. And they'll be open to the public soon, too. But I did an early access preview post. Lord of Unland, Jesse Pilkus. All right. So that was one bundle of the uniques. We'll go through one more. You guys want to go through one more? What's up in chat? Courtesan Tice is beautiful? Yeah. Oh, Happa Films. What's up, dude? I don't remember that name before. Happa Films. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, thank you. It's really hard to grow subs at this point without doing recorded content. You pay a hefty price for doing all live content, guys. Let me tell you. Or maybe my content just sucks. I don't know. Could be a combination of factors. Growth is hard. A lot of people. I had 68,000 hours of viewing time. I just got the metrics from YouTube. But growing the subs is tough. If you don't play the game with the algorithm, you get treated like an animal. They just cut your head off, and they don't share the videos. Midland Army, Tony Szczudlo, so much action. And guys, we did a contest with Tony last year, might have been 2 years ago, on the Sorcery Contest Realm community Facebook group. He did a giveaway, and in these crowds, there is something hidden there. I won't say. You got to sign up for the Sorcery Contested Realm community Facebook group. Do a search for Midland Army, and you find out what the Easter eggs that there's 4 or 5 of them, Easter eggs that Tony hid in this artwork, and you can go search and find it in a post in the community group. Mirror Realm. Decent little artwork from Liz. I just got the numbered Artist Proof Series playmat of that one. Number 4. Not bad. Number 4. A few guys raced the internet faster than me and beat me. Mother Nature, Severin. We're going to have a... Mother's Day is coming up, guys. We're going to have a special thing relating to Mother Nature to celebrate all the mothers out there. Stay tuned for that one. You got me on Collector Arthouse Discord and the Sorcery Contested Realm community Facebook group to get in on all the announcements and the live action. Man, look at that occult ritual. Something special going on here, too, for the patrons. So many artist collaborations. It's going to be such a great year. I'm so excited. There's so much awesome stuff going on this year. The Onyx Core. Now, this is probably the most subtle foil. I really like the other foils better than this particular one. This is very simple and subtle. It's a nice artwork by Benson. I'm just talking about the foil technique. It doesn't pop like the others, if I'm being honest. The Orb. Very nice. Interestingly, the Orb is about the same size as the Philo Stone. The stone itself, right? Coincidence. Pact with the Devil. Big Time Card by Jeff Menges. There she is, guys. The Philo Stone. The Beta Philo Stone. Alpha. Not Alpha. Beta Foil. Philo Stone. Severin. So I will bring all of the embellished prints that I've done to date with various artists to the Sorcery Spring Social so you guys can see my art portfolio of all those collaborations. It's going to be a special treat if you're there in person. The Pillar. New playmat of the Pillar. Guys, the Plague of Frogs. This is a really... The camera simply does not do it justice. I'm trying to give you guys a taste, but you got to see these foils in person. They're really unreal. I'm not exaggerating. I never exaggerate. But seriously, you got to see it in person to get full appreciation. It's just mind-blowing how great they are. They almost look like metal prints. You know, they do these metal prints that really pop. They're really incredible. the manuscript. So someday, eventually, we'll have more artist proofs coming from Francesca Berald. I think we've auctioned, 4 of hers so far? She's extremely busy, guys. I think she said it's going to be a few months at least until we see more of those. Very far and few in between. Stay tuned. I'm working on something with Marta Molina. These things just take time, these collaborations. But I mentioned several artist collaborations to come. The Queen of Midland. Reminds me, I'm going to get a poll up on the Patreon. How about that one, guys? The River of Flame. Right on cue. I'm going to do a poll in my Collector Arthouse Patreon for which artworks you want to see, which prints you want to see from Severin Pinu. And I will bring those to the Sorcery Spring Social. I will be vending a table there, and I'll bring those for purchase at the show. And probably offer some through Patreon as well. Roots. Dude, that is a great, great foil, too, and a great artwork. There's maybe 2 left of these. $400 direct sale. I arguably should auction this one, too, because this is a big-time, powerful card. And there's only a couple left from Pompetti. This looks so sick. When the roots of Yggdrasil are destroyed, destroy everything. Dude, this is a freaking strong card, man. Destroy everything. It just nukes the whole realm. 7 League Boots from Melissa. The Smokestacks from Ian Miller. I think I did a behind the art feature article on this. Go to collectorarthouse.com. You can learn about how this was used for a book cover. And then Eric licensed it for use in sorcery. The beautiful Spear of Destiny. I have the spear. Oh wait, I forgot to flip a couple of these guys. The Spear of Destiny I have at the frame shop. I am the proud owner of the original painting. The guy wants this one from me, and he wants the avatar. I told him, no chance, buddy. Not selling. The Spear of Destiny. Amazing artwork. I'm going to bring something special to the Sorcery Spring Social that I got from Andrea Modesti recently, too, that shows the early development of the spear. It's going to be really cool to see that. You guys got to come to that event, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to be huge. The Star Seeds. Another great one by Mikhail here. The Plague of Frogs, man. The foiling on this, top notch. The incredible color out of space. So Brian painted this over 10 years ago. No one wanted to buy this painting. And then Eric saw it in his portfolio and said, I could use that for the game. We'll go with the Lovecraftian theme. Brian had no idea about the Lovecraft lore, so it's just coincidental or just like a use case that Eric envisioned for it. And now it's like a super popular artwork. He's going to sell this painting for an unbelievable price. I have no doubt. All right. The Geistwood. Here we go with the crown, guys. You see what I mean? I should take the time to do this right. You guys need to see the original painting relative to the card, okay? If you guys want to sell an original painting, first, sell it to me. Second, if you're not willing to do that, leverage my consignment services and auction services if you want to get the absolute best value for it. I just auctioned this one, sold for $11,000, and the buyer is super pumped. I'm going to ship this out to him very soon. But what we need to compare and contrast is the colors of the original painting, the beautiful rich purples, and even the brown stairwell, to the way... All right, so we're going to go with the full art so we can actually see it. Look how much darker that is, right? He made it entirely cavernous. So it's gray, and you still retain some of the yellow hue, but you lose all of that marvelous, beautiful pink, and the brown, which contrasts beautifully with the purple, to show the ascendance of the stairwell up to assuming the position on the crown. A gorgeous, beautiful painting. Really amazing. And a great record sale for Elvira Shakarova, one of the great emerging superstars of sorcery. Incredible talent. Look at the difference, guys. You got to see the original painting to appreciate the art to its fullest potential from Sorcery. So that gets shipped off. If you guys have a painting to sell, or if you've already reached an agreement and want to do middleman, I can help you out. Why not? Why not plug my stuff? It's my channel. I could plug my own services. It's a great value. It's great for the artists that I sell for. It's great for community members that want to get the most value if and when you need to sell any of your paintings. All right? Simple. $11,000. Amazing. And worth every penny with the intricate detail, the size, the significance in the game. It's a unique rarity. It's the only card in Alpha that has an alternate win condition. It's just a monster collectible. And the guy that bought that is going to display it proudly. The Vault of Zool I actually sold ages ago. Way too cheap, man. I should have just bought this painting. Tony had 2 paintings he wanted to sell a long while back. And he just kind of wanted to sell it quickly. It was offered too cheap, man. I sold the Vaults of Zool and the one with his daughter in a wave. Help me out, guys. I'm blanking on the freaking name of the card. The one with the daughter in the wave. They changed the name of it. So, Anui Undine, right? He changed the name and then he changed it back. And is it still Anui Undine? Yeah, Anui Undine. Thanks, Sean. What's up, man? I didn't know you were on. Yeah, Anui Undine. He changed the name. I was like, dude, Anui Undine? Changing that? This was in the Discords, and Eric was like, yeah, you're right. Anui Undine's good. And he changed it back to Anui Undine. Thank God. Because he came up, there was some other like ridiculous name. It was terrible. I was like, dude, don't get away from Anui Undine. And he was like, yeah. Anui Undine, I'm keeping that. All right, Vesuvius. There's an alternate art Vesuvius out there, guys. From Aranja. So be on high alert for another curio or an alternate art in a revised set in the future. New art and revised is the play. Warp Spasm, Ian Miller. Stud. Withering Hero. And then he tossed in a couple promos for good measure. The Bone Rabble. Awesome promo. This is a real nice promo, too, by Team Covenant here. With the Covenant logo in the middle. All right. Like and subscribe to the video, please, guys. Make sure I put these all the right way. So I'm going to ship these off. I got a lot of packing and shipping to do. The Relentless Crowd, guys. 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. You don't see this card come for sale very often. Only 100 copies ever made. It was the first ever promo in Sorcery. And aside from sample cards, which are highly probably the most rare ever printed, officially printed cards in Sorcery, the next highest rarity is these Relentless Crowd promo cards. Extremely, extremely rare. And just a great piece of history to collect. One of the first things ever printed, and one of the least ever printed. So, we got the middleman deal squared away. What a trade. 2 Monsters of Sorcery for almost a complete set of beta. Relentless Crowd ends tonight. I'm freaking starving. Sample pack number 21 in the books. Pack from New Zealand. Next week, or whenever we sell out that next sample pack, we're going to take it back to Germany. And sample pack 22 will be from Germany. All right, so let me see. Any last comments from chat here before we call it a day? I'll be gunning for that in foils so quick. The moral of the story is buy foils early. Yeah, buy everything early, guys. Artwork has gone nothing but straight up skyrocketed. All the paintings, all the artist proofs. I think, listen, I'm biased because I sell artist proofs, and I work with a lot of artists to do so. But there's 29 freaking copies of these. They got square corners. That could change. They're alpha. They're not going to print more. They're extremely rare. And they have miniature paintings on them. Small, not miniature, small paintings. Elaborate, beautiful, striking paintings. I don't want to spoil some too soon. There's more to come, guys. through the auctions. Community group, Collector Arthouse Discord. They're so rare. People, they go into collections, people display them, and they're gone. Sometimes they'll resell, sometimes they'll resurface, sometimes not. It's true of paintings. Anything that's like very rare and unique and special. They could be very rare limited printed promo cards, as shown, or they could be original art. Embellished prints, limited series, you know, they're not going to do those again. It's a commitment. It's a limited series, original paintings, even commission paintings, and artist proofs. Artist proofs, guys. It's a good middle tier collectible. If you can't afford an original painting, which is getting increasingly difficult, it's fine. There's different tiers of collecting, and they're all amazing in their own right. You go original painting, you go a notch below, you go artist proofs. You go a notch below, you go embellished prints. You go a notch below, you go limited series prints signed by the artist. And then entry level is probably just regular prints. Signed or not signed by the artist. Just regular prints for the lowest price point. And you could still enjoy the art the same way you would an original painting. It's still a beautiful thing if you're into the art of sorcery. All right, guys. Anthony, thanks for doing the deal, Mike, and showing it off. Congratulations on a great deal. My pleasure. Mike, thank you for another awesome live stream. Thank you, Filthy Casual. What about sketches? Sketches. I forgot about sketches. Sketches are great too. You can get those at a lower price point as well, and it's original art. Any form of original art is a special collectible that should be valued. And, you know, sometimes people complain or like, oh, wow, these artist proofs are more expensive than other games. Well, F other games. You know? Who cares? Other games are broken for many reasons, right? They're undervalued. And if you value original art, this is sorcery. It's a different beast. All right? It's different artists. It's different artwork. It's a different project. It's different in so many ways. But people value the art. That's great. It's great for the artists. They're making a good return on their investment of time. It's great for the collector ultimately, right? Because they own something that's valuable and special. Not something hyper commoditized and diluted and worthless that doesn't even feel good to own it. You know, some of these things, they feel dime a dozen. That's one of the other great benefits of sorcery, and I think why rare things hold value, because, of course, it's early days, it's max excitement, max FOMO, but if things are coming out once per year, you don't have, like, heavy dilution of sets coming out every quarter. And then, like, artist proof, 25 artist proofs, 200 cards, 300, 400 cards dumped onto the market. It's only once per year, right? So they're more rare, supply is lower, demand is the same. It's like super exciting. I think it's going to hit even harder annually when these new sets come out. People are going to be blown away by new art, and they're going to go after all of this stuff. There's going to be a frenzy for original paintings, for artist proofs. Then people are going to go back and try to get the alpha, and they're going to be gone already, or they're going to be like further limited, right? That's why the market's doing so well overall. There's crazy demand, and the quality's top notch, and supply is low. Low supply, high demand, value goes up. There's pricing pressure to the upside. I love the card overlay that Jeff Menges did for the frogs. Atlas has some of the best foils. Yeah, all the foils are great. All right, guys. I guess we'll call it. Thanks for hanging in there. It was a lot of fun. Please like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get on the sample pack break, join the Collector Arthouse Discord. Or you could direct message me on Facebook. I'll post it in the Collector Arthouse Facebook group too, probably. There's only, what did I say, 6 left? Let me go back to the Collector Arthouse Discord really quick. Hey, Discord. All right, so sample pack break 22, 6 left. 9 spots claimed, 6 left. You can also bid on the Relentless Crowd card shown here, or you could go on the Facebook group and go to the community group, and you'll find the auction. So look at this featured banner, guys. Oftentimes this featured banner is not shown. I'm going to close this out because we already had this event. Sometimes I'll put it on the pin feature if we have like a big live coming up. But here you go. I could close this too. Here is the auction. $11,000 was the closing price for the Immortal Throne original painting that I just featured. I'm going to take that off of the feature banner because that's not a live auction anymore. But here you have featured the current auction of the Relentless Crowd. It's at $1,250. has not met reserve yet. We're closing in on it. But there it is, guys. Ends at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. People message me during the live. Oh, man, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. Lizard, we got to do our trade, man. Hit me up when it comes in. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. It's always a pleasure. It's always fun. And we'll see you for the next one. Take care. See you in June. Come to the Sorcery Spring Social. It's going to be freaking epic. We're going to hang out with the artists for the long weekend. It's going to be incredible fun. We'll go to the bar. We'll have some drinks. You know, maybe we could have dinner together or something. I don't know. All weekend. We're just going to party. We're going to party hard. It's going to be incredible. I'm going to bring some amazing things. The artists are going to bring some amazing things. It'll be great to meet in person and hang out. And that's all. See ya.